And we are live. Welcome, everyone. 5 minutes late. I did have to reset my internet here to hopefully prevent any issues for today's stream. But we have volume 16 today, loop 101.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Are you muted?
Oh
there
boy,
you go.
last volume. That was a. Oh, you hear me? All right. I'm just gonna trying to put the chat up on StreamYard. I can still see it. I just can't comment, but that's all right. Anyway, yeah, Last volume. We're done with the 100. We're done. It's done. Um, New revelations. There's two gods. Luna, Sun. Luna, she's very what's the word? Um, I don't want to say
Mischievous?
I guess, but mischievous would be more in line because she's just spectating. She's just letting shit happen. Sure, she gives that Deku fit through, but sure she's giving us these artifacts and whatnot. But at the same time, and the negating abilities, but at the same time, just the way she goes about it, she thinks it's just a game, which it is between her and Sun. Apparently, it is a game for them. So I thought that's really cool. It's like she's not necessarily on our side. Like she's not on our side, but she's spectating our side. You know, just to see what we can do up against God and his Umas and whatnot. So it's all I know is that this with this roadmap, all the people that we have to meet and whatnot, there's going to be some roadblocks for sure. And we're probably going to get more focus on certain characters more than others. So I'm excited for that nonetheless. Oh, internet. Uh-oh. He paused. He froze. He's frozen. Twitchy. What's going on? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Luckily, the stream is still alive. Even though he's hosted. This is a pretty good app. StreamYard's pretty good. So if you guys want to stream via YouTube through StreamYard, hey, he got unmoved. But yeah, that Deku face on Gojo, yeah, it is cursed. When I seen that, I was dying laughing. That just looks ridiculous. Hold on, let me see something. Okay. Hang in there. Trying to get it back situated. Okay, no extras today. Okay, bet. The English volume is now. Oh, okay. It's kind of a sign that we catching up low key because we're on 16. No, yeah, 16, and there's what 23-ish volumes, so we're like 7 away. So we got about maybe 7 to 8 more streams, and we'll be all caught up week to week. We'll be reading it every I don't know, maybe every whenever the chapter drops. I'm guessing Sunday, so we'll probably be every Sunday. If not, then always Mondays because that's how we usually stream. Most of the time is usually on Monday. So yeah, we will be here. Uh-oh, you lost your internet connection too. Uh-oh, what's going on? Who's negating us or just messing with us, man? Hey, what's up, Rostel? Okay, hold on. Let me whoop. Let me see something real quick. How you guys been doing, man? Twitching affected you on the internet strikes again for real. How you guys been? Everything's been cool. Saturday over here right now. For me, it's 12 noon, high noon. We are here. What are some other mangas you guys read week to week that you're caught up with? Let me know. Nice. Oh, all good, Twitchy, all good. We are here. Most Shonen Jump manga. For me, I've only been reading three, which I react to on my channel. JJK, MHA, and One Piece. All of them, for me personally, has been amazing. Oda, he's in his bag, he's cooking. He's like, you know what? I've been stalling for too long. Let me cook up. He took his breaks, came back, revelation after revelation. We're learning a whole lot. So if you know, you know. I won't get into details because there's people in here that probably haven't read those chapters yet. I know Twitchy hasn't read any of the three right now. It's not caught up any of the three. So yeah. Matter of fact, hold on real quick. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Early MHA and JJK lost you. For me, I've been enjoying it. It's One Piece, Undead, Tokyo Underworld, Sakamoto Days, Chainsaw Man, Shojin X. Uh-oh. Heard good things about World Trigger, Ruby Dragon, Slice of Life, nice. JoJo's okay. What was I about to say? Sakamoto Days. So originally me and Twitchy both were waiting for Sakamoto Days anime, but then once we figured out that Netflix was the one that was doing it, and the promotion was like there was no promo at all. They said, oh, it's coming out this year in 2024. No trailer, no promo, no teaser, no key visual, nothing. So I'm like, you know what? I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it can do good. But I thought about jumping into the manga, especially since MHA is ending really soon, and JJK should be ending this year too. So if we don't do the anime, I might end up just hopping into the manga and reacting to it. We're gonna react to that when that drops later this year too. Shojin, yeah, the Tokyo Ghoul author. Yeah, I heard Sakamoto Days is like the best fighting choreography in Jump right now. Uh-oh. Twitchy says not looking good. Let's see. I'm trying to think. What kind of audible can we do here? Oh, he's back. Is he back? He's good. He's good. He's back.
With an asterisk. We'll see.
Okay. Oh, really? I didn't know Sakamoto Days was like no supernatural powers. I mean, from the some of the manga panels I've seen, maybe it's just like exaggerated, yeah, for the artsy part of it, but that's pretty cool though. Definitely can't wait to get into that.
All right, so while I am back momentarily, let me just welcome everyone. So we got Someone, Wirt, Mad Mata, Rastel, welcome back. We do have, there was someone else new. DJ Turtle, man. I like that. And yeah, a couple other random viewers.
We're back. Ha, I see what you did there, someone. I see. Agoo.
All right, P man. I was watching your reaction to that, Vante. You didn't notice that she had died when you initially had read it? Damn. When
And
did
then
you realize?
at the time, what happened? My microphone. So you seen that one? It was like I forgot how long. It was like 5 minutes worth of the reaction that my mic was off. So I just skipped and said, okay. It was off the whole time. I didn't realize until I switched to the next chapter, and then I noticed that she had got fucked up. I didn't think she died. You know me. Every time it comes to kid stuff, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, they won't. They
It's a
won't.
blind
do that.
spot.
I mean, obviously she would die because the whole loop thing, but not in that way. So it did not register to me until after I was done. I was talking to Sherm after I was recording. I was like, oh, okay, it's wild.
I've heard Dadan is like killing it with the emotional bits lately. I did miss the Chikara thing, so like this is not a me throwing stones in a glass house, because apparently he had like jumped down like that whatever you want to call it, the vertical
wild.
So that was kind of crazy, but yeah, I really want to go back and like binge that entire section just like Sherm did, just to see if I feel a little bit differently about volume 15. I think volume 14 is still my favorite as of now.
When it gets to this in the anime, that shit is going to be like it doesn't stop. It's like not even just volumes, so just the arc in general. Because even volume 14, you have the Billy stuff. And before that, you have the whole Rip Latla and all that stuff. So it's like season 3. We're assuming about it'll be in season 3. That's going to be. Hopefully, people can wake up
right as Fuko loops, and then the post-credit scene should be her seeing them get destroyed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was like some. Nah.
Or you think it's going to end on Chikara again?
I'm thinking that if they do it like that, never mind. I was gonna make a reference to something. People will know it. It's from JJK in the anime, the way they did something.
Okay.
I was thinking about music playing alongside it, but no.
Episode 5 or 4?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
It's
so
like
further
later.
on, season 2. Okay, gotcha.
It's like having people like it.
About with the goat,
like,
Geto. No, what was his name? Toji.
Toji.
Yeah, I hear you like sorcery. Here's a gun.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like that. I think something like that. Basically, it was kind of like that as well later on. So yeah.
Okay.
Just to make you be like, damn, like okay. But then again, yeah. Even if you do it in silence, have her crying, and then just do that. All right. Yep, rip to everyone last week. Literally, everybody dies.
I'm kind of glad they didn't actually show it, because that would have been a little bit too uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, and that Kira coming back to there. That was when I was reading that. That was like probably one of my favorite moments in that volume, because I was like, oh yeah, duh. I'm like, wow, that's.
Yep, Lucy, R.I.P. She's like, Andy's coming back, right? This loop, right? It's like the Padme Anakin. You're coming back, right? Yeah. This loop, right?
Yo, what's up, Jenny?
Jenny,
man, it's So yeah, I'm assuming these next like arcs, and I think people were saying that in the last reaction that we did, that basically we're just gonna meet everybody, go through the roadmap, and then come in for the final, uh, I guess, the last stretch of the manga, because you will already be, uh, recruiting people into the union, going on the missions, getting the rewards, getting the penalties or whatever, and then there we are in the end. So all the children they saved in the spoil arc, right? Yep. Speaking of the spoil arc, we're gonna have something like that. We're gonna go to that place once again because for some reason we always go back to that place.
It's old Western time.
That was like, yeah, we seen that in different loops or the prior loop. Seen it in Andy's backstory, right? Wasn't he there? That's
yeah. That's his hometown.
All right. Yeah. All right, ready to hop into it?
Yes, I just want to mention one thing to you guys. So, internet pending, obviously, you saw what happened a few minutes ago, but we are actually planning our volume 17 live reaction for Monday night Eastern. So, I did put that in the community post, but for anyone that's just joining us today, you have some more Undead Unluck in the near future.
Yes, sir. By the way, there's a scene in OP1 that Fuko watched something exploding. I think that is the Earth explosion. Okay. I have to look back at
that. Yeah. And welcome, Sean.
Welcome. The real Sean.
All right, Vontae, why don't you start us off today?
All right. Chapter 134, correct?
Correct.
All right. Let's make sure numbers. Boom. Bam. It's funny because I was literally watching rewatching some Sabaody Archipelago in One Piece to the end of that, and I don't know, this kind of reminded me of the end of this last volume, The Lost. I'll just say that if people haven't jumped into One Piece, The Lost. All right, chapter 134. Okay, 1972, New York, United States, and we got the boy Nico. Once again, he was the first in the roadmap, him and Gena. More religious soldiers. I am an atheist now. Beat it, you. Long time no see. Let's slay God together, Mr. Nico. That was quick. Just pulled up on him like, hey, we're here. You're like, huh? Nani? You will hear what I have to say, Mr. Nico. if you're the you that I knew. Okay, that's the chapter title. Yeesh. Must be because the end of the century is near. Not that I care. All they ever go on about is God, this past life, that. Just a bunch of unscientific bozos. Hello, just popping in. How did you? Your cigarette. Damn, get it off. The door isn't broken. What are these cracks? Hey, your focus. Your focus should be here, not there. It's a fire. Your place is going to burn up. Is this some kind of trick? Was she in here beforehand? No, but if she wasn't, then she'd have to turn into particles, or it was a Uma. I use a Uma's power. Listen, I'll explain, but help me with this first. This isn't the time to indulge your curiosity, Mr. Nico. This is kind of interesting because, well, obviously it's him when he was a little bit younger, compared to, in the present, or the previous loop's present. But he just chilling in his apartment. It looked like Uma's artifacts and the gators. I don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe it? Of course not. The answer is that Nikola Tesla? Hey, shout out my boy Nikola Tesla. I see him on the wall. Shout out. Hey, you already know. If you know, you know. 369, AC currents, all that jazz. All right. The answer is the rules that the scientists of yesteryear dedicated their entire lives to uncovering are being rewritten at the whim of some lousy god. I kind of feel him. I kind of feel I feel him. And we're not even given the right to realize it's happening. That's so screwed up that it can't exist. It shouldn't exist, Mr. Nico. But I need you to believe it. Who said I didn't? You think there's a scientist alive that would encounter the unknown and simply look the other way? That's also true. I don't want to believe it, but I will, so that science can get closer to the answers. That's what science should. That's how I view science. Like, whether people are religious, they believe in God or whatnot. Like, I feel like it's not even about that. If you're a scientist, you want to look for the answers, and if God is one of those things you want to search for as a scientist, I think you should go and try to search for it. If it's not obtainable, oh well. But as a scientist, you should always try to get the truths and answers in something. At least seek them out. Sheesh, I feel like my freaking head's gonna explode. Anyway, what do you do? What do you need out of me? That's a relief. I figured that if you were the Mr. Nico that I knew, here we go, title, kind of, you would say that. Don't tell me that I was your boyfriend or something. No, what made you think that? I mean, you look awfully happy, so I just assumed. I'd only be interested in someone who's got an intellect to match mine. Ichigo, you already know, man. Baby girl. Don't want any rugrats either. Confirmed bachelor. I've got no time to spare on any of that mess. Yeah, right. You were head over heels for Miss Ichigo. Was that? Nothing. Well, how are you going to make use of myself in science? You came here because you had something in mind, right? Yes. Please take a look at this. The circles represents the negators that I've met in the previous loop, and the tragedies that occurred once their abilities manifest. I want to stop these. I want to stop these from happening. That's why I want you to lend me your scientific mind, Mr. Nico. Was just fire because he would definitely be the first person I'll go to too. Like, you have to. There's a reason why it seems like he was also Juiza's first, one of the first people that she went to as well, just like with Gena. So you need those two. Tragedies, yes. For example, I'm a negator of luck, aptly called unluck. If I touch someone that I like, then I give them a stroke of this unluck. Thanks to that, in the previous loop, I caused an airplane accident that involves 270 passengers, including my parents. I see. He started to sweat like shit. So in short, all these incidents occurred because we weren't able to deal with the sudden manifestation of those cruddy abilities. And now we're going to try to prevent them. Great, you catch on quick. I knew you would. Whatever, keep explaining. Yes, sir. And so, what will be key to our plan is Miss Gena, unchanged. Boom. Unchanged. What does she do? Let me guess. She ignores physics and prevents the change of variation of different things, or that's it. You nailed it, of course. See, that's why you need him first, man. He can understand everything that you're talking about. You know, it's easy, well, relatively easy to get him on board. You just got to provide him some evidence and just really good descriptions about what happened. And, hey, man, he's smart. You think physics is some kind of joke? Never mind. Take that all back. Eat. Wait, why are you angry? God, never mind me. I'm just still struggling to believe all this crap. Smart people sure do have it rough. Miss Gena's ability is unique due to its versatility. She can freeze and restrict enemy movements, solidify air, and create barriers. She really is like Star and Stripe, but like with less restrictions. If we can find Miss Gena and add her to the team, we can save another ally. And once we have their help, we can save another, and so on, till we've saved everyone. You've seen everybody, Rip, Latla, Ichigo, Mui, Shin, Tatiana, and Ishin. Yeah, everybody. The initial teammates will serve that purpose. The others still haven't manifested their abilities, and out of everyone, the only one who has scientific skills on par with negation abilities who would believe the story and cooperate with me is you, exactly, Mr. Nico. One thing I want to ask. I'm a part of that group, right? Even if I was a part of the team before, you could have found any other scientists. Yet you came all the way here to touch base with some nerd who's got nothing to show for himself. What kind of negator do I become, and what tragedy is awaiting me? Now I like that question right there. That's a great question from his perspective, because you were saying all this shit like, what's going on with me? If Mr. Nico were to learn that he'd meet Miss Ichigo, fall in love, and be forced to suffer due to unforgettable, Mr. Nico will likely distance himself from Miss Ichigo. From what I saw of the artifacts information, he was at his highest scientific level so far in this past loop, which means that Miss Ichigo's presence is essential. So in that case, I can't tell you. What? I can't tell you no matter what. So what are you saying? That bad things are in store for me, but I shouldn't come up with plans to prevent them from happening? Yes. And that I should keep holding you out till the time comes? Yes. So because you're full of baseless confidence, you expect me to trust you? Not just me. I want you to trust me and the allies that you're about to save. I like that. If you do, She getting teary-eyed. I'll ensure that you're the happiest you've ever been in any loop. Imagine somebody came up to you like that and said, "Hey man, you're clutch. You're a part of this elite team that was saving the world or trying to save the world in the previous loop," and you just drop all this information to them, and then you're saying this too, like, I want to make sure that you're happy because everybody end up in despair. And if somebody told me some shit like that, I'm like, you know what? You might sound crazy, but shit, I want to be happy. Sorry about that. I must have had a pretty rough life. Yes, yes, that bad. Okay, then you better save me. I mean it, right? So on change, was it? Was it? How do we save her? Same plan as that manga artist you talked about earlier? No. Negator's abilities can't be stopped from manifesting in general. Ano Sensei was a special exception. God intentionally imbued the G-liner pin with unknown to prevent the key strategic info stored within it from leaking out. That's why Ano Sensei managed to avoid the ability by not touching it. But Miss Gena's ability can't be stopped. Tragedy is bound to strike her. In 1972, in Irkutsk, Soviet Union, Miss Gena will unconsciously activate her ability, making all the air around her unchangeable. Wild. Ooh, look at this panel. Damn. And causing the death of 40,000 citizens via asphyxiation. 40,000. In order to prevent this tragedy, Mr. Nico, I'll need you to make this a device to stop the spread of unchanges air. An invention from the future. Psychopath. Or psychpad. Psychopath. What the? What?
That's crazy.
That's the first, and that's also our first mission. Like shit for him. What the hell? Like, but 40,000. Love the slant shot on the panel too. That's fire.
Yeah, I think that's the same technology used for Tatiana in terms of controlling something with your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that it has not been created yet, it's got to be as good as that, if not better. So Nico has to surpass himself in the previous loop presently with outdated technology.
Yep. And you know what that tells me too? That just gives me a notion already that I can very much already the mangaka gave me a reason to believe that they can defeat God within this loop or this new world, because the fact that people have to go beyond, like with him was technology. You know, this is from the future. He has to do, like you just said, has to replicate that, and from years prior. So off rip, they're surpassing their limits already, like going way beyond what they're even capable. They have to. So this mangaka is smart. They move really well. Already we're getting that. Like that was something that I wasn't worried about, but I was really interested in see how would they even improve so much compared to the last loop. Like what would Fuko do in order to get them all ready? And this is already something, because no telling what the hell he's going to be creating now too. Like from beyond his own time. So yeah.
I also love how she's somewhat doing like a combo in fighting games, ironically, because it's going to take the first person on a chain to save the next person. Those two people will save the third person, so on and so forth. And that's like the initial team that we're starting up. And I just love that this roadmap is essentially it's the guidebook of how they're going to win. And it's kind of funny that Juiz had all these people in mind. It just, she had a slightly different perspective.
Old Nico has false teeth. An extra panel in comparison between old Nico and young Nico. Old Nico has false teeth.
Didn't know that.
That's funny. Like Star Strikes but not wasted. Yeah, I mean, hey. hey. Like I said, with no restrictions. And I can do
my
more.
only question is, how did Fuko have the blueprints for this? Did she bring them with her on the loop, or is this something that she had to create from memory, like with Remember?
It might have happened to be from memory, and maybe Do you think Move would know anything? Like, I don't know.
That I don't know.
She used him, but and then she had a lot. I mean, even if you have a lot of fucking years of living, that don't mean that you'll be able to. Because I was gonna say, well, she lived for a long time so far, so maybe she was able to finally, like come up with like the logistics behind that invention. But
Mm-hmm.
artifacts, memory, yeah, okay. Uh, Also, that one ED with Andy dying and seeing a woman that's Luis's mother, which is funny because we thought of that too way earlier.
Is that
Just the
his
way that
mom? Well, yes, but
yeah,
no.
it's really his mom, kind of. This is crazy. This is some weird parenting right there. Use the artifact, stabs into someone in dad's head,
Mm-hmm.
great son. That's wild. All right, you ready to go into 135?
Yeah, let me get it pulled up. Okay, chapter 135, Psychopod. The thought-operated, remote-controlled, all-purpose terminal, Psychopod. Wireless control via brainwaves, stereoscopic laser attacks via multi-unit deployment, stores human memories and uses them as a base to produce pseudo-clones? What the hell is this? You're asking me? You're the one who built it, Mr. Nico. Me? In fact, you used 11 of them all by yourself. It shows the old Nico there in the bottom corner. Kimoy. But it's also amazing. It's straight from the world of science fiction. Hey, is there more? What else did I make? Let's see. You made a huge laser to kill God. Okay, yeah, I can see myself making that one. Also, there was that one thing. That device that alters people's memories via satellite. Ooh, he looks shook at that revelation. I can't believe you let me make something like that. Is your organization really on the up and up? You're totally disregarding human rights. Granted, I do too, but still. You've got it all wrong. It's a necessary part for our operations, and there's a whole story behind it. Miss Juiz? Yes. Flashback. Did Mr. Nico make that device that alters memories? Yes. It helps us keep the Union's existence a secret. Apparently, he originally made it for his own personal use. Oh, trying to forget, maybe. He did? Why would he want to do that? I assume he planned on using it on himself to safeguard a precious memory. But I can't tell it to you. Not this again. Listen, you're losing trust fast. You'd better work harder to preserve it. Yes, sir. Anyway, what do you think? Can you make it? Yeah, nothing doing. For starters, I can't do jack squat with this crummy lab. I'd need to build a ton of components to make this contraption. Not to mention, I'm lacking in manpower. It's not gonna happen. I love to build it, but yeah, maybe you should ask some of the folks at NASA. Okay, let's move. We are now in NASA. Whoa. A lab? What is all this? All the things that I made. Pretty crude looking stuff, I know. What? You did this? What? I had a lot of time on my hands, so I put it to use studying the information stored in the artifacts. There were still some parts I just wasn't able to grasp, so you might not be able to use any of this right away. But Mr. Nico, you believed in me enough to send me here, so consider this my thanks. Your laser cannon was amazing. I'm an egoist, meaning I'm self-centered by nature. Huh? I only want to know what I want to know. I forget about anything else. I like that. I may not be able to remember, but I can already tell This union of yours helped me grow, didn't it, Mr. Nico? But all this still isn't enough. I'll also need these. He grabs some paperwork, or he gives her something. Materials, manpower, and above all, money. 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. This device would propel civilization into a new era if it were ever made public. If we can't overcome those hurdles, then... Here you go. She wrote him out a check. Please let me know if it's not enough. $25 billion. $25 billion. I can give you as much as you want. She either, okay, I was going to say she either played the stock market or, discovered some oil. How do you have this much cash? Since my loop began in 1800, I was able to haggle for land rich in natural resources using the info I'd gleaned from artifacts. So I see. I'll buy it. Blub. Woohoo! Okay, all you need now is people. Yeah. Reality is finally sinking in. That's gotta be a meme reaction panel, 100%. I'm off to get you the best lab members around. Keep up the good work in the meantime. Guess I'll get cracking. London, 1972. What the heck? I haven't been able to sleep a wink these past 3 days. Damn it, she's already got it. But I need to get to the university. My report. Unsleep Ichigo Nemuri, a self-targeting compulsory activation type that negates her own drowsiness and sleep wobble. In the previous loop, she passed out due to exhaustion caused by unsleep and fell onto train tracks as the train was pulling in. Thanks to the swift action of the people on the platform, she herself was saved, but the man who rescued her was unable to escape in time and died. Who was that? Just a random passerby? I think so. A dream? Hi there. Nice to finally meet you, Miss Ichigo. I love the way this page is drawn. It's got dynamic motion to it with the train going into the background, Fuko coming into the foreground. It's got kind of like a glazed look over her eyes, one because she's almost asleep, and two because she's moving so quickly on the Nimbus cloud. Bah! I don't get it. Don't you have any ideas, Bao? You're not the only one who got kidnapped by Fuko out of the blue. If you're stumped, so am I. What the hell is this Hihiro Kane stuff written here? Something from ancient Japan, apparently. And why would I be using that? You tell me. You used it, didn't you? At least drop some hints on the material names, for crying out loud. What kind of moron wouldn't? Yes, if only past you had the good sense to do that. Ah! You seem to be in quite a bind. Say what? She's back. Allow me to introduce the last member of your current team. Name's Ichigo Nemuri. Always wired and wide awake. Pleasure to work with you. Oh, wow. I ended up playing Cupid. I did it, Miko. Now we can meet again. I'm as good as reborn. Hey, this is how you dress yourself? Cover up those unsightly mounds of flesh. Didn't even have to look because it's so memorable of a quote. No. Huh? Oh no. Miko, I might have made a mistake. Say it ain't so. Anyway, you know what this is? Calculator? Or some kind of like a Richter scale something? Straight to business, huh? Spill it. It's an Ichigo custom Hihiro Kane detection machine. Say what? How did you expect us to detect something we don't even have a sample? You need to try tackling problems conversely, Nico, my boy. I'm so sorry, Miko. This is a funny chapter. It's also a long chapter, it feels like. We'll plug in the data of every substance that's already been identified and search for whatever doesn't fit the bill. Its range of effectiveness is only 2 meters, but it is what it is. Are you trying to have us scouring the globe? We don't have the time to beep beep. Oh, beep beep. Beep 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 beep. Huh? Oh, wait a second. Is this Union emblem made of like the entire periodic table? I see. Is that the arc in France? I forget its name. I know that's Big Ben. Sorry about having a snap off a piece. It's fine. I'm sure this is why the emblem came along for the ride. Can you manage? Leave it to me. This image I've solidified in my mind over the past 3 years. I haven't forgotten it even for a second. You did it! Success! Sorry it took so long, Fuko. Don't worry about it, but we need to hurry. Miss Nico and Miss Ichigo, you'll come with me. Miss Ichigo, back up Mr. Nico. I said Miss Nico. I meant Mr. We'll execute the operation as planned. Right. As the princess carries her. Adorable. Look at this page. Our mission is to get to unchange Gena Chamber and negate her tragedy. Roger that, boss. And she is officially the boss of Union. What an incredible chapter. So good. All right, what are you guys talking about?
Goated. Just goated.
Capitalist Fuko.
Take it, Nico, Ichigo, Fuko. For real. Fuko. I like that. I like that she's she has everything under control. Like, I mean, she spent a lot of years, collecting different artifacts and whatnot, and she had become fucking rich as hell. So we needed that. She even made the stuff in the lab, or at least kickstarted the stuff in the lab. So great stuff.
I'm also guessing this is how Juiz had the money to fund the Union initially, is that she did something very similar to what Fuko did.
Yeah. I really can't wait to see how that interaction is going to go when she meets Juiz at the end. Like, I just want to see it. I wonder what, like, I don't know, man. This is going to be pretty cool because the way that she's talking to all these people so far, it's going to hit the most with Juiz, I feel like, because you were the one that got me to this spot, to being the boss, and you're the one that built me up to this, and then now she'll be thanking her, even though Juiz is like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. But you know something? It'll be pretty interesting if there was like a plot twist with Juiz where she's like, somehow she like retained memories or something.
I was literally thinking that you were saying something. I was like, what if she like already knows who Fuko is, or like has heard some rumors by the time that, she ends up meeting her, because she's the last point on the roadmap. And she's like, oh, well, I've heard of this wonderful savior that's going around saving people, giving away billions of dollars. It's kind of like she's the Robin Hood of this period.
That would be kind of funny if Fuko like inspired her to be like what you were saying. She heard about her and all her points or whatnot, that she like inspired her. So it's like a full circle moment in a way. That would be pretty interesting.
What do you think her outfit resembles? Because we know that the cap was given to her by Victor, but what do you think? Like it's almost like a soldier, or kind of like a what would you call her outfit? It's kind of like a uniform.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like a Oh, that's interesting, huh? I wonder what that I never really thought about. What would Juiz be doing in her life?
I was thinking maybe she was like a butler, or maybe from like a rich family. Maybe she was a what's it called, a fencing expert, because the way that she uses the rapier.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely some rich kid shit. I feel like taking my fencing classes. 25 billion in 1972 is 187.5 billion in today's money. She got that money. Man, Foucault was out here.
She was on the ground floor in the Apple garage. She's like, I want to invest all the money. She's going to be the primary investor.
I wonder what other quirks she like adopted over time. Like, what other things have she become skilled in? Like, how much can she? Because obviously she can't touch people or whatever, or at least people that she likes and whatnot. But like, I wonder what other skills she developed over time. We're probably going to see like a lot of random shit that she's able to do. Like, what the hell, Foucault? You can do that? Oh, okay.
Some people might be a little bit like upset about that. Me personally, I think it's great because she also said she got a lot of these memories from artifacts. So I'm assuming she's already collected a lot, or Andy has sent them back to, the Union headquarters back in Ireland. So I think there's going to be a breaking point, or maybe not, because she got all of the memories flooded into her by Apocalypse. But she definitely has a backlog of artifacts, and I'm pretty sure on the volume cover she might have like wrist gauntlets or something like that. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm not gonna look into it because it's a spoiler. But you can go ahead and go on to the next one if you want.
All right. Juiz was born before the Uma sex, so childhood must have been pretty different. Juiz doesn't have parents, so yeah. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe she has developed a liking for that kind of attire and I don't know, in fencing, I guess. But it'll be interesting if she also still had that in this loop, that same interest and things like that. That'd be pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of if you guys, I won't spoil it, but if you guys have finished Demon Slayer, but I would say the epilogue stuff, kind of reminds me of that, how things shifted. Before I jump into the chapter, let me read some of these comments real quick. I do want to point out that not all artifacts actually do stuff, like Foucault's revolver. I don't know the validity of this though. I've seen some people refer to post-loop Foucault as a Mary Sue, but I think the manga earns it. Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Chapters extras 2 pictures from something called WJ 2023 Phase 4567, and they are just cute pictures of Andy and Foucault singing and running. Oh. Damn, I wonder when we're going to see Andy again. It'll be cool if it took a little minute. I think that'd be pretty interesting just to kind of absorb, like, for us, like in real time, to feel like, damn, he's actually out here collecting artifacts, doing what he has to do. He's doing his own mission, Foucault's doing hers, and then the reunion is going to be immaculate. Yeah, people do overuse the term Mary Sue. It's definitely earned.
Welcome, clicks.
100%. Boom. Fire. All right. Singing and dancing. Daisy, Kira in the back. Oh, this is fire. I like this. Shin, Bui. This is cool. I really like that. It kind of reminds me of a lot of those Bleach covers and stuff where they're just like doing normal, like just casual stuff. Even character like Soul Reaper's wearing normal attire, and this is pretty cool to see that. Anyway, I'm sorry that I didn't finish this painting in time. I'll leave it right here for you, Granny. It's a painting of your favorite place, Lake Baikal. By the way, chapter 136. If I didn't say it, my bad. Since all I do is paint and keep to myself, you were always so worried about me not being able to make friends. Damn. I'm just thinking 40,000. Family's gone. Gravestone, tombstone right there. She has a painting with the stars and the moon. I love it. I was honestly fine so long as you were around, but now I guess I can't keep living this way. Why do things have to change? And then you see the moon right there too. All I'm doing is living, yet everything around me is changing at a dizzying pace. The things you wish would stay the same change the fastest. Change always comes without warning, the good and the bad alike. I love like how she's like you just see her standing there stationary, everybody's running back, panicking from the situation. That's oh man, like you can see the separation between her as a negator with the people and what her ability is doing. That shit is crazy, and that rule is the only thing. Oh, never mind. That will never change. What the hell, boy? Get your seal built body at. What the fuck is that like? What am I looking at? Is that like dynamite? Nah, I don't know. What is that thing? Run, it's a monster. What about the children? You're still inside. This place is cold. Oh, so it must be like some kind of obviously not burnt, something hot, warm, heat, something like that. I need to change that. I'll heat it up. Oh, so he probably is. Yep, he's heating. So that the Almighty will be pleased. Heat. Why is it changing? Why are you changing it? Uh-oh, I see the little shadow. You need to stop changing my world. Oh, here they go from above. Fire. I like that panel. That's a great panel. They come in right in the nick of time when the ability. Wow. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. Because now that I think about it, I was kind of confused when they were saying that they were going to stop her traumatic experience to happen. And then, okay, I like how they did. Okay, I get it. And you see, got it. Mr. Nico, that's our girl, the one in the beret. Sorry, psychopod, swear. You unchained. Oh, that's a fire way. That's fire. That's a fire way to show. Don't let that shit get to her. What? An invisible barrier, or just for her ability to not be activated in general, right? Let me out. What is this thing? Fuku, I've isolated the air inside and outside the pods. Now the unchanged won't spread. I left the bottom. Okay, never mind. I was okay. It's just so happened that the situation already happened with her, and then heat is here right now, and it's another situation which she's gonna use her ability again, fuck up some more stuff, So okay, that would have been fucking crazy if she did activate it and then she was going against heat, and then whether she ended up damn near getting killed or heat dies and everybody else dies, it's gonna be chaotic nonetheless. Now the unchanged won't spread. I left the bottom unenclosed, like you told me. Perfect. A user of Unchanged won't solidify the space under their feet for movement purposes, which makes sense. The opening also serves as an air hole. Now that those 40,000 lives are safe for the time being, I've been waiting for this day for so long. This is my chance to prevent Miss Gena's tragedy. You know my name by snuffing out his source heat. Okay, I get it now. I know you guys are in chat like, oh, no. I get it. Today's the day I get to kick your butt and add Miss Gena to the team. Why do you know my name? You're going to try to take that thing down on your own? Let us help. Mr. Nico, you two help the citizens evacuate. Leave this guy to me. I haven't lived 190 years for nothing. She said, I got my revolver. I got the blick on me. Hey, I'm here. I ain't lived damn near 200 years for nothing. I was just talking about it. What other quirks did she develop over time? What other things did she learn? Damn. So we're really going to be seeing Fuko in the field for real. That's pretty fire. The heat is melting the bullet before it can reach him. In that case, G-Liner, I'll use this heat resistance robe to get in close. Wow. It's Fuko. And hit him at point blank range. You're a negator? And if I am, then what? Who is she? I don't recognize her, but she seems to know me. Whoever that girl is, she's putting up a fight. Fired. Fuko Unluck Izumo. An external targeting compulsory activation type. Imbue misfortune or unluck, I like this. It's any target that she touches with her bare skin. The size and scale of this unluck is proportionate to her affection towards the target. As such, it is powerless against targets that she isn't fond of. That aspect has always been a problematic weakness for Fuko. Which is why, something that has made me think, for her to even want to save Ruin, for example, Ruin would most definitely be a person that she wouldn't be fond of. But since she's a person that wants to try and, get people to so they can be cordial, mutual, and become friends. That it makes sense, So that's kind of interesting. I like her character. She's very um she's akin to just wanting to be with people because she's been isolated. So she would understand it. There's really no enemies that she would have other than gods. So I really like that about her character. But yeah, that aspect has always been a problematic weakness for Fuko, which is why she spent the first 100 years following the loop, working to change it. It's a little funky looking because I made it, but it's one of my favorites. Bad Bullet 44. Okay. Since there are negators who can imbue both people and objects within their ability, she figured that perhaps her ability wasn't solely limited to human targets as well. And so over the course of the past 170 years, Fuko has learned to imbue her unluck into tools and objects, which is crazy. And that's something that I actually been waiting on because I wasn't sure, like, can she do that? Because we hadn't really seen it. That's fire. Nice. Man, I don't care. Who called her a Mary Sue? I don't care. I like this a lot. We're pulling out, Ichigo. Here it comes. My unluck. What did you just unluck? What is she talking about? Miss Gena. Eek. Grabbed and got her. I spent the last 170 years waiting to meet you again. It's so great to see you. Did you say 170 years? I think you have the wrong person. And wait, just how old are you? No, I've got the right person. You're just as cute as the day I met you at Lake Bacau. You haven't changed at all. Change. I may have overtaken you in age, but my desire has remained the same all this time. My desire to ask you this: will you be friends with me, Miss Gena? Look at that. Huh? I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, then it's official. What is this thing? Because you let me out. That's your ability unchanged. Unchanged? 0 fatalities. We did it. Yeah, I've heard the stories about it. But man, it's unreal. Yeah. This is a stroke of unluck, huh? A big ass crater. So for all the power skills out there, Fuko is easily can destroy a damn city easily. just throwing that out there, but she can do more than that, but easily, for all your power skills out there. I like the paneling there. That's fire. But yeah, this is a stroke of unluck, huh? Wait, that isn't a meteorite, huh? There's something there. Oh shit! What? It seems I was right to tell this apparition. Today is the day we do battle, Fuku Uzumo. Maybe I went a little overboard on using my favorites. Yeah. What the fuck? What kind of pull up? Remember, I was questioning about Fang. Like, what is he doing up until this time? Because he's going to be alive for a long, as much as Fuko's been here.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. We knew his age before, right? Wasn't it around like about 200?
180.
Like he was real old. Huh? So he was literally like born when Fuko popped up.
You want to know a thought that I had about her bad bullets?
Mm-hmm.
I think each one is numbered for one of the loops, and I feel like the meteors are related to a certain loop.
But like, okay.
Because it just seemed a little bit strange when she said 4, unless she was referring to the caliber that she was firing.
Either that, or maybe like the invention, like the 44th numbered bullet that she created or whatever. I'm sure she probably had, but it might be both. It might be like 101 different bullets or.
Well, the reason why I said that is because she said she spent the first 100 years following the loop, working to change it, and it's engraved with 1928. So I think that the different calibers relate to different size meteorites that she'll use to fall down on whoever it is that she shoots with this bullet.
I was wanting to say 101st, and then.
Oh, muted. Are you muted?
Fang stocks, his stock's always been up for me. Oh, it's because I switched back. My bad. But Fang, his stocks it's been huge for me, man. He been at the stocks. Since someone said fake stocks
No,
rise.
I didn't mute him. Why is this back on Twitchy? I know my internet's not great, but I didn't mute him.
Right?
You're good.
Okay. It's because I switched. Because whenever you don't hear me, guys, is when I'm switching from Viz or Shonen Jump manga app back to StreamYard streaming app. So it'll be muted for like a few seconds. 1928 is the year she made it. That's what I was thinking originally, but then I was like, Frank was born 80 years after Fuko arrival. Fang scales higher than a meter on the Unluck scale. Fang is him, man. He is him. Man, you know something cool about Fang that I thought about, like going back to him and with Shin's, like both of their goals and dreams or whatnot. It'll be cool because I think Shin, I guess he'll probably end up being a student of his, but things will obviously be different. You won't fucking try to make him into a damn bead and damn Jiangxi or anything like that. But I can't wait to see Shin. I think Fang is like he's like a measuring stick to show how Shin, what he will surpass one day, because Fang has been like amazing. He's been top tier out of the entire verse so far. So it's gonna be cool to see Shin surpass him and then go even higher and achieve his goal in a way of defeating God or whatnot, or reaching God. That'd be pretty cool to see. It's been 44 years since she made it. Yeah. She Fuko, man, he's level 100. she ended up getting all the attributes and skill set all the way up and just going back to level 5 and just recruiting people and just going crazy, man. Did you freeze again? Oh no. You good? Oh yeah. Okay, you're good. It's because you're
I'm just reading chat. I was trying to read. At the end of the chapter, Fang is standing right above the core of heat. We cannot allow him to destroy heat, because if there's no heat in this world, if that rule gets removed, if it's not one of the 101, of course, but like that could have disastrous consequences.
Yeah. They'll be fine though. Those people there will be fine. They're already in the cold. You know, they'll be all right.
What about the rest of the world? Russia's built different.
Hey man, yeah. See, the Russians, they built different. They're in the cold already. Fang also got unfade earlier in this loop since he doesn't need an artifact to go back to his prime. I wonder. I don't even remember what Fang was on the roadmap. Like, where
he was pretty early, I think.
Pretty early, okay. Yes, Fuko is a new game plus character. Absolutely, he 100% is right now. Like, absolutely. And I'm completely fine with that, because after, like, once again, like, Suzuka moves in such a great way that, like, the way that he ended the last loop, for one, it makes you anticipate for what's next. And Fuko has to be like this. If she wasn't like this, or even half of this, I'll be disappointed in her. Because you can't live for 190 years or 180 years and just have move and just be on some bullshit and not really doing anything. So if there are people that are talking shit about her being a Mary Sue type of character, come on now. I don't care what you're talking about. She needs to be this way. She has to.
Well, not only that, but we don't know how long she was on the moon with the Luna. We know that 100 million years had passed, but we don't know how long she's had to plan out the roadmap on the moon.
That's true. That is true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so it's not just 190 years. She's had 190 plus X. I don't know how long she was on the moon with Luna,
but it depends how long it was to her, because it was instantaneous when she was like crying for like a few minutes or whatever. But it was 100 million, so it could have been some hours, maybe, like up to, I don't know. I'm not going to do the math, but like 100 million.
Yeah, I know
those billions. I'll say it was some hours. that she probably, which is enough time, 100%.
Oh, that's right. She did technically live 10 years in the memories when her soul got transferred into the book of memories of Andy. But she was dying a lot there, so.
Yeah, it's kind of prep time, yeah. The one person I've heard calling her a Mary Sue hated just the idea of trying to save others from their tragedies. I mean,
It's kind of like the point of the manga at this point. Like, why are you reading?
Yeah.
Why are you reading?
Wait, by the way, I started watching manga after Gena died because someone in the chat said, "Gena, see you in the next loop." That's why I read the manga. So somebody spoiled you?
Oh, no.
Damn. That was before we even learned about loops. So yeah, that's a bad spoiler. I'd have been pissed. I'm like, what? But once we learned about loops, me and Twitchy both were like, oh yeah, Void, Unavoidable, and Gena, yeah, they're gonna be back. But you got it earlier than that? Oh no.
Yeah, like all things considered, I don't think we got a lot of like major spoilers while we were watching the anime. We got a few, like Billy's unfair, like Ano being a boy, but like that's just small potatoes stuff. Like thankfully no one spoiled about loops, or at least we didn't see it. So
I'm not the someone in question. It's all right, someone. Hey, with a name like that, it's just it's hard. It's hard. You don't know if they talk about you or anyone, someone. We're on 137, right? That's the duo one.
Or the 137 is the duo one, yeah.
Ooh, I can see why already. My boy Fang is here.
Fang versus Fuko. Here we go.
I my boy. I think I forgave him for all the bullshit before.
Oh, okay.
Because it's beyond that now, right? It's like it's beyond the whole killing your pupils. The world ended. You were there, help. Like it's beyond that now, I guess. Just
he wants to fight the strongest. Fuko's the strongest now.
True. And just like what Yiren, he's going to eventually become ruined. He'll get his name back. But until then, he's Yiren. Because he's probably going to be on some bullshit slightly when we meet him, but he'll be a friend. All right. You can take it away. Let me know when you're done.
All right, guys. So if you are new to our stream, what we're going to do, we're going to have Vante take off his camera, take off his headset. I'm going to react to this chapter blind, and then he will be back once I finish up for his own personalized reaction. So we do post that on our community tab for various polls, and I will waste no more time while my internet is still alive. And let's get into chapter 137. Okay, chapter 137, So Long As You Don't Change. That isn't a meteorite. There's someone there. Fuko, what's going on? I thought your unluck ability only summoned meteorites. No, my ability is to cause unluck in proportion to my fondness for the target. It's purely random. I can't choose how it manifests. Since the 44-year-old bad bullet that I hit Uma Heat with had a lot of affection poured into it, I assumed the unluck would be on a meteoric level, but it looks like using my favorites worked a little too well. She's sweating a little bit. It ended up summoning something far worse than a meteorite. Someone. Gah. That was weird. Huh? Then you mean that guy made this crater? That's right. Granted, with the help of an artifact's power. Ichigo's still staring at him through the binoculars. Who in the hell is he? I love that little trapezoid panel there in the bottom corner. Heat. We do battle now, Fuko Izumo. Holy moly, what a set of pipes. Is he really human? He's got some conqueror's hockey. I see you haven't changed a bit since our first encounter. Oh, so this is not the first encounter. It makes sense. She's probably been poking the beast, or prodding the beast, I think is the phrase, since they initially met. It seems you also have a firm grasp on your soul. Oh. I have not killed anyone. Per our agreement, Fuko the MVP. It's one match for every apparition I defeat. What is this, Askeladd and Thorfinn from Vinland Saga? Don't tell me you've forgotten. Today is the day I avenge my disgraceful defeat by your hands. What are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? He's heading right for us. Don't worry. As she takes off the beanie, it is battle time. He hasn't figured out my unluck. I'll surpass you and become the strongest in all of creation. I accept your challenge, but if you lose, you will do as I say. The same stance as me? Huh? She whips her hair. Unluck whip. How useless. Using long hair as a distraction is a strategy that's been outdated for centuries. I did it. Yo-ho! Brooke, the ground is unstable. You touched me again. What the? I will. Oh my god, he is chomping on his abdomen. I will not fall here. The apparition. She does like a sonic ball. Get off me, Kerr. Watch this, Mui. You too, Mr. Shen. Whoa. This is my Tetsu Zanko? Kyokai Zanko, Misfortune Cycle, Mountain Strike, a Tetsu Zanko? You may have the basics down, but you're still not good enough. You're not enough Fuko Izumo. Gah. Guh? Oh, is that a pipe down below? It's going to be like a major explosion. Oh, boom. Fuko, my god, is she not waifu in this page? Jesus. Heat ignited a gas line, huh? You know, I'm reminded of this every time I use my ability. But death really can find you anywhere in this world, can't you? Yeah. Okay, let's leave, Miss Gena. Huh? Oh, is your nose all right? Just fine, no worries. Wait, that technique, that stance, where did you learn them? It takes years of training to attain what's needed. The concepts, the mindset, they don't come over nigh. You want to know? I have a master, someone who you'll meet later and raise as your pupil. What a beautiful dynamic. He's like, what are you talking about? His name is Shen Jiang, and he is several times stronger than me. I like how she's planting the seed, because it is true, but it's also going to mean that we still get to continue with this chain of events for Shen's life / his backstory. If you want to beat me, then I suggest that you meet and raise him. What nonsense are you? Then you can strive for strength together. You want to become the strongest, don't you? Fang Kowloon. Oh. Fuko Izumo, I must ask you this. What does it mean to be the strongest? I love this. I'm not sure myself, but those who care for others with an unwavering heart have always been the strongest people around. And I'm sure that's one rule that will never change. Golly, Fuko! Like, you're the MC, baby! Why do things have to change? What drivel! Strength is the peak of an individual, but a loser has no place to speak. I will honor our agreement. On top of that, I will kill this pupil as well as you, and I will negate what you interpret as being the strongest. Sick. Wicked, sick. She's even using the catchphrase of her man. Fuko, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? You're bleeding. I'm fine. Sorry for scaring you. Oh, it's okay. And that aside, what you just said now was so lovely. I really do want to be your friend. And she got a little bit of snot because she's still a gaki. I don't know if this unchange of mine will be of any use to you, but if I can get as strong as you, then that's all I can hope for. It's you! Don't worry. You can and you will, so long as those feelings don't change. Deal. It's strained, and she's kind of got like the Japanese schoolgirl apparel. Let me try that again. Schoolgirl apparel, but with kind of like a Celtic twist now that they're back in Ireland. This outfit feels almost familiar. A tad oversized, though. Is that a press joke? Don't worry. You'll grow into it soon enough. Are you crying? I'm not crying. These are tears of joy. So you are crying. Anyway, now we can get started. All right. Let the quest begin. That's where Apocalypse was first found / stored. All these loops. What a phenomenal chapter, guys. Thank you so much for recommending this as the dual reaction, because 100% Vante will say what he was saying, what I said about Vinland Saga at the start. So let me just quickly catch up on chat, just to make sure I didn't miss anything that you guys were talking about. Hikaru no Go 13, welcome. Lauren, welcome. Unluck to her clothes. So did she? Was she not bathing? Okay. A broken nose. Yeah, she balled out this chapter. Sir Cookies, welcome. I know, it's somewhat of a joke there, Cookies. Oh, it was her jacket that she had tied around her waist. Is that right, Clinks? Clicks? Oh, that's right. Fuko was wearing that around her hip. Okay, yeah. All right, guys, I will get Vante in here for his reaction to this. Give me 1 second. Fantastic chapter. Really love this one. And I know we just had some of you guys join a little bit late. I did mention this at the start of the stream, but we will likely be doing our Volume 17 reaction here on Monday at 8 p.m. EST. So you don't have to wait but 2 more days for the next one.
All righty.
This was a fantastic chapter. I think you're really going to love it.
All right, bet. Let's do the damn thing. All right. Chapter 137. Last chapter was fire, though, man. Fuko, number 44, Bad Bullet, or whatever she said, that was fire. She's her. I'm loving it, man. All right. Chapter 137. So long as you wait. Yeah, so long as you don't change. I don't know why I was like, wait, did we read this already? The title sounded familiar, but no. This isn't a meteorite. There's someone there. Fuko, what's going on? I thought your unluck ability only summoned meteorites. No, my ability is to cause unluck in proportion to my fondness for the target. It's surely random. I can't choose how it manifests. Since the 44-year-old Bad Bullet that I hit Uma Heat with had a lot of affection poured into it, I assumed the unluck would be on a meteoric level, but it looks like you're using my favorites worked a little too well. It ended up summoning something far worse than a meteorite. Yeah, this man, look at this man. He is no joke. he has the hands. He's, you know how every series, everything has to have like a character that's just all about the hands. I mean, he's a martial artist. He's a huh? Then you mean that guy made this crater? That's right. Granted, with the help of an artifact's power. Who in the hell is he? Somebody that don't belong in the manga. Somebody that should be like in Dragon Ball. Like, look at him. We do battle now, Fuku Izumo. Holy moly, what a set of pipes. Is he really human? Fuko, like, still looking at him like, that's fire. Like, just think of Fuko in the last loop, like, in the beginning stages of her joining the Union. She'll be frightened. She'll be like, Andy, deal with him. I'll give you the unluck now. I'll give you the assist. She's like, no, I am the scorer now. I see you haven't changed a bit since our first encounter. It seems you also have a firm grasp on your soul. That's something I was talking about. I wonder. That's interesting. I was saying that it would be interesting if there was something with his soul that was like carried over to the next loop, because it was something that was very specific with his character. I mean, obviously we've seen the stuff with Lucy and Andy, but like with him, he was able to like master and control or improve his soul, is what they said. So it's interesting that he's already got that down pat. I wonder if that has anything to do with the last loop. I have not killed anyone per our agreement. It's one match for every apparition I defeat. Don't tell me you've forgotten. Oh, okay. So they met. So I like that. Today is the day I avenge my disgraceful defeat by your hands. What? What are we gonna do? He's heading right for us. Oh, she's getting her. I guess she's getting her the ponytail out, getting her scrunchie out. Don't worry. Oh shit. She's taking off her clothes. Oh shit. She about to fight. Like fight. He hasn't figured out my luck. I'll surpass you and become the strongest, and I accept your challenge. All right, Fuko. But if you lose, you will do as I say. She got the stance too. Ain't that the stance? That's the shit, I forgot the name. Fuck, I forgot the name. I'm mad I forgot the name. But I know it's his shit. The same stance as me, right? What? Unluck whip. Wow. How useless. Using long hair as a distraction is a strategy. That's been outdated for centuries. I did it. Yo, how? Ooh. The ground is unstable. You touch me again. What the? Wow. I will not fall here. The apparition. Get off me. Get off me, Kurt. Watch this, Mui. You too, Mr. Shin. This is my Tetsu Zanko. Oh my god. Damn. Oh, the Fuko. Kyokai Zanko Misfortune Psycho Mountain Strike. Tetsu Zanko, you may have the basics down, but you're still not good enough. You're not enough, Fuko Izumo. Yeah. They go heat. Oh shit, damn. Some gas? Yeah, because she covered her nose. Yeah. Heat ignited the gas line, huh? Yep. You know, I'm reminded of this every time I use my ability. But death really can find you anywhere in this world, can't you? Okay, let's leave, Miss Gena. Huh? Oh, is your nose all right? Just fine. No worries. Wait. That technique, that stance, where did you learn them? It takes years of training to attain what's needed. The concepts, the mindset, they don't come overnight. You want to know? I have a master. Someone who you'll meet later and raise as your pupil. If she was talking to me like that, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You have a master that is going to be your pupil. I guess that does good for him though. Like it makes him feel like, like damn, I'm a dope ass sensei. I guess it could kind of big him up a little bit. His name is Shin Jian, and he is several times stronger than me. If you want to beat me, then I suggest that you meet and raise him. What nonsense are you? Then you can strive for strength together. You want to become the strongest, don't you? Fang Kalun. I don't think we ever got his last name. At least I don't remember. We probably did. Fuko Izumo, I must ask you this. What does it mean to be the strongest? With the white panels, I always love white panels in anime. This white background. I'm not sure myself. and I'm sure that's one rule. But those who care for others with an unwavering heart have always been the strongest people around. Look at these panels of Fuko, by the way. I just like I'm not looking like she's looking phenomenal. This has been the best, the strongest she's ever looked. She's just looked great. You know what I'm saying? Looks great. And I'm sure that's one rule that would never change. Why do things have to change? Go back to Gina. What Drevel strength is the peak of an individual, but a loser has no place to speak. I will honor our agreement. On top of that, I will kill this pupil as well as you. Her words are going to resonate with you. You're not going to do that, all right? And I will negate what you interpret as being the strongest. Sick. Wicked sick. Love that, Fuko. Using Andy's words. Fuko, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? You're bleeding. I'm fine. Sorry for scaring you. Oh, it's okay. And that aside, what you said just now was so lovely. I really do want to be your friend. I don't know if this unchange of mine will be of any use to you, but if I can get as strong as you, then that's all I can hope for. That's you. Don't worry. Oh no, it's Lucy. And you can and you will, so long as those feelings don't change. Deal. Okay, Stonehenge. I like that, going from the crater and then here at Stonehenge. All right, this outfit feels almost familiar. A tad oversized though. Don't worry, you'll grow into it soon enough. Are you crying? I'm not crying. These are these are tears of joy. So you are crying. Anyway, now we can get started. All right, let's the quest begin. Fire, 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 fire. Fuko, my beloved, you went insane. It's like it is very reminiscent of Juiz, of how she goes about things. She has things under control, but like Fuko very much has things under control, even more so than Juiz at this point, because she's doing all this in one loop, or she has to. It's like Fuko is like Aang. He has to master all the elements within a year of time versus like mastering things for years, which is funny because Fane literally talked about the martial arts. So she's basically like Aang. Damn.
I am quite surprised you did not mention that this was Vinland coded.
I mean, nah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I just seen it a lot, but I didn't think about Vinland specifically when I was reading it. No.
I mean, it's the whole I will challenge you, I will defeat you, and then what does it mean to be the strongest? What does it mean to be a true warrior? It was just a little too on the nose. I was like, this is definitely a reference. So just well done to Tosaka for that, because we love some Vinland around here.
Yep, Vince. Yep, she's more muscular. Yeah, I like to change the. That's why I was like, she does look different. Like, of course, she's more toned and built, more muscular, but like, she is physically a bit older, like what 20 or whatever, early 20s, and yeah, so fire.
And I did mention about the I did mention about the 44. So that was a bullet that she had likely on her skin for 44 years.
Oh yeah.
Page 1. Yeah.
She has a rapper. Wow, that's smart. But like, damn, that's interesting. That's pretty damn cool. I like that. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense for her to do that. I would do that if I was her too.
So that's also like a power scaling S type of attacks. Like if she uses a level 100, or if she uses 100 and 100. So it's like, does it multiply? Or like, I know that she had the combo back in Rio de Janeiro where I think she like touched Andy once or twice in like rapid succession. He got hit by the car and then he got eaten by a shark.
Right. Damn. I wonder. I'm trying to think like of another application of her power with Andy through like a bullet or something. That would be even more insane. I'm trying to think of what would work. Like I'm trying to think like of unless she has like a rocket or some shit that she can like shoot to Andy and he can like, I don't know. or like a bomb, maybe a bomb. I don't know. I'm thinking like something she can touch, like a bomb for like a long time, or have like around her, like around a belt or something like that, and then she can like attach it to Andy, and then he can launch towards whoever the target is, and then blow up with that unluck, like years of
Mhm.
unluck from that bomb, and then like an Andy attack or whatever. That'd be pretty cool.
I was also thinking that potentially she could touch someone's soul, because she said that it's not just physical, like people, and it's not just objects, but they've also talked a lot about souls as it relates to Fong, Andy, Lucy previously. So that could also be a power up later on down the line.
Just wait till she throws her hat at someone. You know what? That actually, I mean, it'll work because it'll be like a meteorite type of unluck, or something that's.
Mhm.
That's why I do like her power, because it can be random, but it can also be like a homing device where you're targeting somebody with whatever you're using. So that's pretty cool. What's up, cookies? I seen you join the chat. What's up?
The production order, not the years. Okay.
I like what she did with Fane, because it's like now I feel like he's gonna be different. He's gonna look at it a lot different. Like right now, he's still like on this bullshit, like, oh, I'm gonna kill you and this pupil. But like the fact that she said, "My master is your pupil," it's like, wait, are you just like, what are you talking about? So
I said the same thing. I was like, what is blood wobbling about? My
So I think
pupil
it's
is
gonna
your
inspire-
master, but the pupil hasn't been born yet.
yeah, I think it's going to put him into a situation where he's going to be forced to like actually pay attention and be focused on the student. So when the
Mhm.
time comes, Shin will surpass Fame, and that's I like how that's set up. It's like Fuko's the one that set that up. I thought it was just going to be a thing that was like, I mean, I always thought it was going to be through Fuko, but not like her saying that in order for him to, I guess, kind of get inspired in a different way. Like maybe he'll stop thinking about, oh, the strongest is like everything, but like you know what? Maybe I can't achieve that, but maybe my pupil can. Because at the same time, that's still a win for you too. If you're a sensei and your student becomes something that you
Better
also
than
wish
you.
for, yeah, it's like from a parent to a child, a coach to a player is always like that. But
I'm also
soul
curious
stuff.
if the particular way that she worded that conversation with Fong actually saved May, because she name dropped Shen. It's not to say that like, oh, it could be one or the other, like it was in the last loop. No, it's
Right.
just that is the guy. So train him, and I don't know how that affects Untruth developing, because they also mentioned that some of the abilities, like they're bound to happen eventually. So like, is it going to be a different scenario that Shen is holding May above a cliff or something like that? Maybe him and Fong are sparring and he didn't mean to do that, but then they could then save her.
Yeah. The thing he reminds me of a lot of characters. So like okay, Knucklehead. All right, we get it. All right, you'll learn someday. But which Thorfinn, like, okay, you'll learn. You'll finally understand it. That's funny. Fuko is his villain.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That was a great chapter. I definitely think that was a good candidate for this to be in the dual blind react one. It was
136 was fantastic with the artwork, but yes, I feel like this is definitely my preference if I had to
Not
choose
gonna lie,
one.
man. I was already loving Fuko, but like it's just the cherry on top seeing her in the field. That's just the one thing that I always wanted to see. Like just seeing her doing it. She started in the spring arc, but like here, like she's like physically, she's all right. You got it, Fuko. Are you trying to say, do you want to be the greatest MC of all time? Hey, the potential. That word, potential.
Townsy and Sharon keep telling us this, that she's like the best MC in Shonen right now. I can see it, especially with like this chapter. She is very much coming into her own. It's not like she's like a cookie cutter MC at this point, because not only is her ability, it's also like her mindset to where, and I can somewhat give you guys a quick little look into my own personal life. But as someone that's like struggled with depression before, it feels like, especially with how a lot of the negators in this series, how they end up committing suicide because of the fact that they can't take the world that they're living in. She, even the very first chapter of this volume, she said, I'm going to save you, Nico. I can't tell you how I'm going to save you, or I can't tell you what's going to go wrong, but I will save you from your despair. So I feel like a statement that's made is that a lot of comedians suffer from depression because they know what makes people laugh, because they know what makes themselves sad. So in the past, she knows this kind of heartbreak and turmoil that she's had. And just kind of, like I said, similar to myself, that I've struggled with depression. It's like, I feel like you have a taste of comedy, or you have a taste of like righteousness in this series specifically, that you can really relate to a lot of these people that you're meeting for the first time. So that's why she can make these instantaneous connections. Shen with Gena, with Fang, with whoever that she meets. So in that way, I would say she's almost the opposite of a Mary Sue, because she understands each person specifically, how they are as a person and how they got to be who she knew them to be in the previous loop.
Yep. Man, you know what? Now seeing her doing this, I can 100% see her boxing Void or Unavoidable. Could be seeing a little. I think that's where we're going. I can't wait to see that. Because I think he should be showing up pretty soon. I think he's one of the earlier ones. Yeah. So if that's the case, that'll be pretty fire. I want to see that. That'll be my one of my favorite chapters.
Mm-hmm.
I love the boxing. All right. Ready to get into 138?
I am. I do want to welcome Heyu Bui Min. I think you showed up in the chat here.
She's up there when it comes to showing it. Yeah, I can see it. Like, I
can see it.
She's, especially like me personally, the fact that she's a female character gives her a boost, because let's be real, the track record for a lot of anime is not, manga is not great when it comes to female characters. The fact that she's literally the MC is like, I don't know why some of them feel like they're just allergic to writing really dope female characters, but Suzuka is doing his thing they're doing their thing with Fuko, so I'm loving it.
Have a good night, Sean.
All right, Sean, peace out. You can finish the stream whenever we'll have it up. We'll always have it up for you.
We will be there. All right, let me get into the next chapter, chapter 138. Maybe. I might have to reload Viz. There we go. Okay, chapter 138, The Artifact Apocalypse. The moment we open it in the roundtable room, it will present us with the quest once every 3 months. If we succeed, it'll give us rewards. But if we fail to clear them all, then as a penalty, it will spawn an Uma to add a rule to the world that didn't previously exist. Well, that sucks. They basically have us by the short hairs. That is a very crude way of saying that, Nico. Appropriate, but crude. But the last loop marked the end of that cycle. This time, it's our turn. Whoa! I'll be the one running the show. Finally, I've been tired of waiting. The book talked? Wow, what the heck? What do we have here? He says. Chapter 138, Incentive. It's already the 70s and you only have this many people on your team? You really are enough wisecracks. Let's just start, Apocalypse. Ha! Putting on a front, are we? Open the quest. Oh, goodness gracious. Great balls of Uma. Neutralization of Uma Spoil. Reward. Location of Artifact Noi Kinko Staff. Neutralization of Uma Stop. Reward. Location of Artifact Blade Runner. Capture of Uma Kindness. Reward. Location of Negator Unrepair. Okay, what do we got here? It's a traffic sign. That's something else. All right, moving on. All 2 members are allowed to enter. The penalty for failing is the addition of Uma Ghost. I talked about this last stream, guys. So Ichigo, she theoretically can be saved now. Each quest boasts a high difficulty. Try them and die. Run and be penalized. Now, will you try or will you run? It's one or the other. Unluck. Pass. You could just pass? I saw them doing it in the artifact memories. I can do that, right? Yeah. I guess. You'll be receiving a penalty. Penalty. Addition of Uma Ghost. What? Hey, do you see anything? Huh? You can't see it, Nico? As of this moment, the rules of the world have been rewritten. The rule will act as if it had always existed and greatly change the face of human history and behavior. This is my power. Well, are you gripped with fear knowing your perceptions and perceptions are changing as we speak? Sure, that's a thing and all, but I already remember it. Does Ghost being added really inconvenience us? Most of the penalties aren't anything to fear on their own. They were just people who abused them the last time around. Us being alive and standing right now is proof of that. Simply put, outside of some extreme cases, adding rules isn't an immediate threat. Which I do like that, because very similar to Uma Galaxy being added, and not just because Uma Galaxy is on the previous panel, but the aliens, they didn't come to the planet for at least a little bit. I would say like a couple hours. So that one I could definitely see as being an issue if Fuko didn't already, I guess, defeat them, because Uma Galaxy is already here. So maybe the aliens don't come this loop. I'm not quite sure. Moving on. So on that note, hurry and bring out the next one. Apaki. Apaki. Bakana. Did you think passing would come without risk? This world will lose 1 year's time. Whoa. That's a twisty twist. Huh? As of now, all time outside the round table room has been moved forward by 1 year. Keep this up and you'll all be on the fast track to Ragnarok. Without time to prepare for it, you'll die miserable deaths. Yep, I knew about the risk. Was that? I love how they're just like giving Apaki his due. It's so sweet. Oh, what? Fuko, I'm going to be spinning 20 more times, so keep them coming. I forget. What do they call this in mobile games? Oh yeah, re-rolling. Let the good times re-roll. Hold the phone, Fuko. 20 times means 20 years. What about the guys outside? What about the lab members, Bao and the others? Mr. Bao and the others happily agreed to this. He said that they could conduct research easier without you around. Then screw those jerks for making me worry about nothing. Still, you can't. It's like the book said, we won't have enough prep time. Wait, you see, I have a good idea where most of them are located. We have a lot of artifact and negator searching to do, don't we? Yippee! Oh, Gena's drawn weird there. I get to go to the future, young and unchanged. Oh man, I always figured I'd live a short life due to my unsleep, but now I get to experience the science of the future. Fuko's face. Am I the oddball here? I wonder what the future will be like. I can't wait. It's 3 against 1, Mr. Nico. Okay, fine. Do whatever. Thanks a bunch. You fool. I don't know what you think you're doing, but it's a bad move. This is the way. Do you know the way? Open the quest. Oh, summer. Language, I think. And rock. The penalty is Uma Insect. The reward is a little artifact I know you want called Life is Strange. Pass. I said pass, Apaki. The biggest roadblock in this loop is the time gap between Miss Gena and Mr. Nico's group showing up in the 70s. Why does that look like Johan there? And Mr. Rip and Mr. Billy's group showing up in the 2000s. All right, so we got... Is that Tella? I think so. No, Tella's in the bottom. Do I know who that is? If so, I'm like completely blanking. I guess that could be Rip, but he looks a little bit more pretty. So I guess that is Rip. I'll continue. But if we keep on the straight and narrow, doing each quest one by one, we're bound to lose someone before we can meet up with Mr. Billy and the others. The next closest tragedy is 28 years away. If we have 28 tries, then the more we spin, the better off we are. These penalties for passing aren't drawbacks to me. They're a way to avoid unnecessary quests. Wow, like, that is so big brain. I'm trying to think if Jui's ever tried this strategy, and I don't think that she has. Oh my goodness. As well as a time-saving measure to expedite recruitment, these penalties yield the greatest profit ever. Pass, 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 pass. That's a crab. Insect. I think that's thirst. And is that spin? Moving forward. You bastard. I have 5 spins left, and that is an evil smile, Fuko. If I can get what I'm after in 5 spins, we win. How dare you act cocky with me? Try this on for size. And she actually looks a little shocked. Neutralization of Uma Burn reward. Location of Negator Undead. Oh, Apaki, you are trash. Smirk. Not yet, right, Andy? It's not time to see you yet. I pass, Apocalypse. Penalty. Addition of Uma Shark. A total of 26 years skipped. Open the quest. Neutralization of Uma Autumn. Reward. Addition of the 3rd seed. Capture of Negator unavoidable. Reward. Location of artifact. Remember? Struck gold. There it is. Damn it. I accept the quest. We're getting a box and arc. Or at least a little mini arc.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuko stood on business. She said, that's not what I'm looking for. You trying to bribe me with Andy. I'm not accepting it. Pass. Let's keep going. Oh, remember? There we go. 3rd seat. There we go. Fire. Apparently, Juice has tried before because Fuko only knew about passing because she saw Juice do it in an artifact memories. Okay.
Well,
So she was
I
just
guess
moving
maybe
differently in that last loop.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. So I'm
Uma
like, damn. Like in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, we are actually years away from a lot of these people though. Because I'm like, we're in the 70s. A lot of these people come into the 2000s, especially like the kids and whatnot. Like they're, you know, top car like 20, whatever they were born, 2005, whatever. I forget how old they are, but yeah, math not mathing, but you get my point. But Damn, Fuko. She keeps doing it every chapter. She's amazing. 26 years skipped.
I truly think the rewards and the quest system is purely RNG. Because like Mad Mata said, it doesn't seem like Apaki has any sort of control over the turn of the gambling.
That's kind of funny because like that means he would have seen at the same time like, oh, Andy, oh, Undead, oh, what about this one? You like this, right? I do, but no, sorry, gotta pass.
He tried it.
Damn.
She held strong though.
That's fire though. She was persistent. She like, I gotta get what I need. Remember, I need it. Need that, please. I don't care about no damn tornado. I don't care about this. I don't care about stop. Sorry, Rip. You gotta wait. I'm prepared. You gotta wait, man. This person, you gotta wait. That person, you gotta wait.
Do you think that was Rip that was on that page with everyone else?
Yeah, at first I also was kind of confused, but it looks like he has like the doctor coat, the white surgeon doctor coat, and then I think it's because we've seen both of his eyes, so it kind of threw us off. Usually,
man, he really does look like Johan from Monster.
Don't let him do one of them Undead Unluck sinister faces like Fuko just did. You'll really start with life. Or the damn Shin face. Fucking smile.
I love how like she's making Apaki like projectile vomit all these penalties.
For real.
Like it does not look like it's a comfortable.
Yeah. Like what roadblocks will we have? Like, or setbacks? Because yes, we're trying to stop these tragedies from happening, but I feel like something has to go through. I think we talked about it last time too. Something has to go wrong. Just because. I mean, it doesn't have to, but I personally would just kind of like it if there was something that they couldn't get done, or at least not in the way that they would want it. Things didn't go their way. Or it doesn't have to be like bad. It could just be that someone quote unquote passes and doesn't like join the group. They're like, nah, I'm not doing it. Which Juiz
I think
is
it
kind of
might
in my head is one that might do that.
I could see that. I was thinking that it might be the phrase is the only thing to fear is fear itself. But if you don't know what it is that is the penalty, would you risk? So say for example, like all these, she's like, oh, okay, well I know Uma insect, like Uma crab. That's not a problem. But if there was one that had not been added to any of the loops yet, so kind of similar to what we were saying about how heart has not been found yet because they were waiting until the very last loop. Right. If that also applies to the penalties, like is there a special penalty for only seen in loop 101?
Probably. It is pretty cool because now since we went through 26 different or 25 different spins. Mm-hmm. Now we kind of single out what we actually need because I don't think they're going to re-roll those again. I think they're quote unquote done for now in terms of the mission. So now she's going to get a lot of things that she wants. Remember, and this will be something else that's going to be very useful for us. And then obviously a lot of new stuff too that we haven't seen in the prior loop.
So it would just be like sheer happenstance if they were to find any of those. It's not like they specifically know the location moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Plus, Andy's already like out searching for artifacts and stuff, so they're even more singling things down to like what they actually need, which is dope. Because once again, I like this progression because we gotta see how they're able to defeat God or go up against God in this loop. So far they've been making Fugo's been making really great moves very necessary moves that makes me believe that they can do it at the end of the day, which is great. Because a lot of manga, if you notice, like there's progression going on, but there's always like a certain moment in the manga where the villains are up, the heroes are like they're making some improvement, but it's like in the back of your mind, like that's not necessarily enough. It's like it's not really enough. And then that's when the plot armor, that's when the ass pulls, that's when all the other shit happens. But in this manga, we know everything that we need. The only thing that we don't know from what we've already seen before is the use of heart, the heart artifact. Other than that, everything that we've already seen, we know the use of, and there's still gonna be more things that we don't know yet that will also assist us. So once again, mangaka, good job with the progression.
I'm curious, Vante, what do you think about my thought for the last volume that I speculated that Luna might give us new negator abilities to some of these non-negators? Now I'm feeling like I don't feel like that's possible or even necessary at this point. Because like Fuko is kind of speed running this entire loop, it seems.
Because there is definitely going to be like
Spooko.
For Sun, I can see Sun moving differently right now. For Luna, I don't know what she would do. Like, what's the difference that she would do in this loop right now?
I mean, the only thing I can think of is because we know. See, what's kind of throwing me for a loop, pun intended, is that Luna was the one who said, "I will act on behalf of God's will," when she sent Unruin and Seal to the planet from the sun. But it almost seemed like she was playing the opposite side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So how does she have the ability to send new adversaries to the planet on behalf of her opponent? Just to make the game more interesting, or I don't know.
That's why I was real confused about her, like from that chapter and then after when we learned more. Because I'm like, I mean, it could just be the whole game thing. Like she's just opening the door for him to like, oh, here you go. Let's fight. Bring him in.
The reason why I brought up that particular point is because we were talking about like roadblocks. So I could see Luna, if Fuko this is her strategy, that she could send some of these new like 101 negators to the planet during that 20 years. So like if they're to go outside right now, like what would it look like? Are they enslaved to alien civilization? Is it, I don't know. Is it war-torn planet?
Good night again, Sean. Thank you for putting in more the extras and just elaborating on different things that we read.
We appreciate
it. Look at that. Said the same thing at the same time. This happens all the time,
guys. More than it should. Enjoy the next chapter.
All right. I almost forgot I didn't read this chapter. That's how immersed I am with this manga. I dead ass feel like I just read this. That's funny. All right. So yeah. Before I hop in, let me just look at Uma neutralization of Uma Autumn, third seed, boom, unavoidable, boom, artifact remember. Got it. All right, let's keep going. Chapter 139. All right. Meeting. Okay. Neutralization of Uma Autumn, reward addition to the third seed, capture of negator, unavoidable, reward location of the artifact remember. The penalty is the addition of Uma Tyrannosaurus. Okay. All right. Or big boy. I accept the quest. That's why I did not expect that. Jackpot, it was worth sticking it out. Jackpot, you mean the rewards? Yes. An additional seat, the artifact remember, and Mr. Void to top it all off. I like this panel. Just showing her in the front. I like how she's holding Gena's hand. Oh, I like that. It's funny. It's almost like Fuko is Gena's like Juiz to Fuko. I said that weird, but you get what I mean. Juiz and Fuko, now Fuko and Gena. Granted, I didn't expect to see Autumn this early. Can we do it? It said these quests are highly difficult. Anyway, 26 years have passed on the outside. Don't blame me if Wow and the rest of you have been slacking off all this time. Hmm? You guys are awesome. Are you freaking geniuses? Wow, smells like the future. Hey, isn't that Mr. Nico? Deputy director, come here. This is wild. That's fire. Man, I want to dig in and make something myself. This brings me back. Oh, so it was this year, was it? Sorry, I wasn't able to welcome you all back. Old man Bow. Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Bow. You sure got suave with age. Yeah, this is what all that time and money you gave us gets you. This is better than I expected. Say, what's this? Let me give it a try. Nico, don't get in their way. We currently have about 10,000 personnel. They're mostly orphans, but they're all good folks. You have to let me say hello later. No, let me feed my knowledge. Fugo's already got a solid plan, doesn't she? She doesn't need me, damn it. I don't have anything planned yet. What? Why the hell not? Didn't you pick those 2 quests because you knew how to clear them? They're all random, so I couldn't have known we don't have the same members this time around. Scary, isn't she? Isn't he? Nico dedicated restraints. So what's next, boss? That's obvious. Also, look at him. He's still wrapped up, coiled up. We're going to brainstorm a plan to safely clear the quest. The best plan we can think of. Okay. Let's begin. We'll start with an overview of the quest. Boom. The first quest is the neutralization of Uma Autumn, who rules over the season of the same name. Okay, in this phase 1 form, it uses spiders, hatchlings to collect nutrients to drive its growth. Any person or thing scathed by Autumn transform into a book. It also has regenerative abilities, so we can't defeat it with our current forces. What? But the reward for clearing the quest is exceptional. The addition of a 3rd seat. It'll allow us to bolster our forces for the quest to come, which makes it an enticing reward for us. The second quest is the capture of Unavoidable. The ability user is Void Volks. Void Volks. Double V. Heavyweight boxing champion hailed as the strongest of all time. Unavoidable allows him to negate a person's ability to avoid once he enters his stance. Hey, as a boxer, hey man, he like that ability, hey man. If he was using that in a boxing, untouchable. If we capture him alive, then we clear the quest. The reward, remember, is a super essential artifact that I've been searching for these past 170 years. I took a shot in the dark when I assumed it would only drop as a quest reward, but it turns out I was right. Anyway, first we need to decide the order we should tackle these quests in. Starting with Void is a no-brainer, isn't it? We need a bigger squad if we're going to fight Autumn. So about that, I'd like you to take a look at this. You see, we've been tracing the person Fuko told us about for the past 20 years. But Unavoidable has transferred over to Void. But Unavoidable hasn't transferred over to Void yet. I figured that'd be the case. Whoa, we've got holograms. What do you mean? Negation abilities can be transferred. Can be transferred? They sure can. The current Unavoidable is the man you see in this footage. Huh? First prize, don't avoid me now. What the hell? Mr. Kenji Yokezu of Saitama, Japan, age 98. Unavoidable. This is what happens when I'm spinning the wheel. He wouldn't be an asset to us in combat by any means. This is different. We've never seen this before. Like actually seeing somebody transfer the ability. That's dope that we got to finally see this. Okay, sure, the geezer can't fight for us, but couldn't we clear the Unavoidable quest if we just carted him in? Yes, but I want Mr. Void's version of Unavoidable at all costs. He's been a mainline member in every loop so far. He's the Union's greatest frontline attacker. There's a chance that Mr. Void will manifest his abilities in the middle of his title defense match at the end of this month. So basically we sit on capturing unavoidable to the end of the month. And when the geezer is at death's door, unavoidable negated. Boom. We make contact with Void, scratch his back by by averting his tragedy, and have him scratch ours by enlisting him. You could have phrased that much better, but yes. Looks like we'll need. I ain't gonna lie, I've been loving this Nico, man. Like personally, I like this. So we are going to be doing a tier list from the prior loop, and then obviously once we, get all caught up, we'll eventually do a tier list for this loop as well. But I've been liking this Nico more than the other Nico. Like it's funny just seeing like he's always been kind of like disrespectful, but the fact that I guess since he's like younger, he was a little bit more he was a little bit more on it when he was younger versus when he got older. But it's just dope to see the growth of him because we're eventually going to see him, grow to be the man that he was in the prior loop too. Basically, looks like we'll need this void person for our plans moving forward. Yeah, if it's rare for a negation ability to be battle ready right out of the box, then we should get it while the going's good. Okay, then it's decided. We'll go after Autumn first. Fire. Well, you were making Autumn out to be super strong a second ago, but I'm guessing it must not be that strong, right? Yeah, it sounds like Autumn would be on the weaker side. Nope, it took 6 negators to take it down, and that was barely enough. Oh, come on. There are 3 major obstacles to facing Autumn. Approach it and touch its claws, and you'll turn into a book. Distance yourself, and it will launch claw missiles that will also turn you into a book upon contact. And lastly, you'll have to overcome its sturdy armor and regenerative abilities. Then you mean it will turn us into books no matter where we are? Hold up, let me think. What about Shaft? Yeah. So turn this ability to change things into books against it. The only issue is materials. Radio waves won't help here. Mr. Bao. Well, to put it in simpler terms, you're talking about scattering random items in the air to make the Uma turn them into books to create a barrier. It can't get close to us. We've seen a little diagram of how that would work. Okay, then let's make them spongy. I'm for that. Sick, wicked, sick. So that covers our defense, but how do we go about attacking it? Ichigo and I can't join the quest, so blasting the thing with a beam cannon would be against the rules, right? Right. You'll both be limited to support roles. Well, I'd like to somehow utilize our negators to attack and destroy its core in one fell swoop. Your meteorites won't do the trick. No, they'd only end up causing secondary disasters. Things did pan out okay with heat, but this is so hard. Fuko, you have an idea, don't you? Yeah, don't hide it, spill it. I do have one in mind. I think Ms. Gena can do it. Nice. I like that we're going. It's like when it comes to the missions, you got Gena, and then obviously we gotta get unavoidable. It's kind of like still like in the same order in the last loop in terms of how we encountered them and whatnot. Huh? You want me? Why? Ouch! Why are you trying to force this on Gena? She's only just joined. Yeah, what he said. You got it all wrong. Okay, you're not wrong, but Miss Gena is the beast at her max potential. Right now, she's limited to making her surroundings unchangeable. Look at this panel. Goddamn. But if Miss Gena learns how to handle unchanged, she'll be powerful enough to one-shot Autumn. But speaking from experience, expanding upon your abilities is nearly impossible unless you dedicate a ton of time to it, or you happen to be subjected to some sort of impactful event. Which is why you know a way, right? Don't you? If you do, then quit with it. Quit being so stingy with the info out of consideration for our abilities. No, wait, that wasn't my intent. You're terrible, Fugo. You forced us all together and try to make all these decisions on your own. Look, I'm sorry. Also, you're too close. You're going to trigger a stroke of unluck. I know it. Don't worry. Whatever you're lacking, we'll make up for it with science. That's the whole reason we're here, isn't it? Yes. Okay, I'll tell you. It's funny. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like how Juiz used to move. Like, she would kind of, she'll make the decisions on her own as the boss. But I like the difference here is that Fuko 100% believes in her crew. Not saying that Juiz didn't, but it's a lot different now because Fuko has like a crazy amount of affection for all of her friends, even enemies turn friends, so it works. I'm going to take a direct hit from Autumn and turn into a book. Okay, interesting. There's an artifact that lets you enter books, so we'll use that and have her gain experience from inside of it. Wow, okay. I did that once before to become stronger. The Miss Gena from the previous loop had an interpretation of Unchanged that I'm sure only she was able to come to. So I need our Miss Gena to meet with the one inside of my book. I'm positive that that is the key to defeating Autumn. This is going to be real interesting. Very interesting. But nothing, if you screw up, then you're stuck as a book. Yeah, what he said. You both just said that you work things out. We can't support you while you're inside a book. Gena, you got to say something. She's speaking nonsense. I'll give it a try, boss. Boss. Okay, thank you. You two have a week. You two have a week to learn too. I'm game. What's the plan? What's the plan's code name? Oh, I had one in mind. Code name Operation. Autumn reading for Miss Gena. Okay, Operation Metamorpho. We'll go with that. All right, quest neutralization of Uma Autumn. Quest reward addition Thursday. 2 participants: Fuko Uzumo and Gena Chamber. I love Gena's name, Gena Chamber. I like that. That's fire.
Yeah.
Gena from this loop talking to Gena from the loop. Oh, hold on. Coming back. Boom. All right, there we go. The meta levels are rising.
What I loved about this
Yes,
chapter
brilliant.
is they are not only an organization, they are a family. And I'm not going to downplay Fuko's actual parents, but Ichigo and Nico, they seem like her mom and dad. And then Gena's the little sister. This is the family that she didn't get to have previously. And I just love that dynamic. It's so wholesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's true. That's pretty true. Like, she's somebody that's isolated from society. Had a family once, killed them. Not on purpose, obviously. But and she's creating her own family. I like that. You gotta make, like, in order to achieve things in life, sometimes you gotta create it yourself. Like, create the foundation for yourself. You can't just go into things expecting that you'll get success, like true success, even if you work hard. Sometimes you have to really get into the playbook and create the play.
Genaception. That's good. That's good. And also, I can already foresee it now. Gena is going to tell herself that, like, you want things to change. You don't want things to stay the same. She was a changed person after her interaction with Fuko and Andy. And this upcoming conversation between past loop Gena, that is a memory in Fuko's head, and current loop Gena, that is younger than Fuko, it's going to be some heat. Some heat.
Yes. Damn. Yes, Ichigo is a great influence for sure. And then they're gonna have another little sister on the way eventually with Miko. As she said, I can't wait to meet you, Miko. Fire. And then Papa Undead Andy, he's gonna grow old someday and die with a family in front of him.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh man, I can see it already. I can see the panel when Suzuka locks in, makes those grays with like the little lighting, the little glare on. Man, I can see it. All right, let's get into 140.
Yeah. Chapter 140. Okay, so kind of a continuation of the previous color page. This time we have Shen and Void doing their lines for the anime. Paper, Void, give it more oomph. January 9th, 1999. Operation Metamorphol begins. It's been 170 years, hasn't it, Autumn? That's our target? Here they come, Fuko. Autumn's juniors. Yeek! All right, I'm off to get bit. Huh? Do you ever have a second thought? Nope, never. Please don't kill the juniors. Hey, worry about yourself, not us. I'll be using Soul Calibur now. The rest is up to you. There's something I need to tell you, Miss Gena. In the previous loop, I killed you. Huh? Why? Weren't we on the same side? Yeah, things got complicated. Anyway, I figured I owed it to you to tell you up front. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair. Once you've entered the book and seen my past, whether you help us out or not is for you to decide, Miss Gena. Whatever your choice, I'll accept that change. Hey, here they come. They're getting drawn towards Fuko's book. Ichigo, get the chaff ready. Okay, get a move on, Gena. Fuko left things in your hands. This'll all work out. That's right. I've got to go and find out. Okay, I've got to find out what it is that Fuko believes in. The secret of my past self's unchange. Okay, it's Lake Baikal, and since the water isn't frozen, it must be summer. Wait, is that beanie? It's Fuko. She looks more round and plump. She's so cute. That was a very meta line. Then the flamboyant girl next to her is, huh? Is that me? But how? From what I was told, I'm supposed to be 66. I'm pushing 66 and dressing like that? Something the matter? No, I just felt like someone was insulting me just now. That was close. But they look like they're having fun. So why does Fuko kill me? As I watched on, there was something I figured out. What is that? The old me was ridiculously strong. I can't believe the magnitude of her unchangeability. I can't even control a cup of water. And so, you haven't changed at all. Andy, Daddy Dearest. I learned, all right, just a recap of episode 4, that Fuko and I, you dummy, a few wrinkles ain't gonna change how beautiful you are. Both loved the same person. She was nearly killed just a few moments ago, but she's... Oh, man. Whoa, Gena! She's bawling her little eyes out. Little lucky. Gotta wonder if she'll be able to make it down the line. Huh? Wait, but how? You just died. I'm a soul, a spirit. 2 beef stroganoffs. And start us off with 3 shots of vodka. The beret, the freckles. Are you past me? How? There was a loop, and the boss told me to come here and learn from you. Learn what? How to use Unchange's power and stuff. Wait, the loop? The current boss is Jaunty Justy, yeah? Jaunty Justy. No. Huh? For real? Lil Lucky? In that case, no way. I ain't teaching you squat. How come? Please, I have to save everyone. Why the heck should I have to bail out a romantic rival? This is no time to sulk. Anyway, what's the deal with that? You can't go wearing that baggy jacket. You've got to wear something your size, or else you can't flaunt your curves. You trying to front on my swag? Huh? No, this is... Fuko said it'd be a good luck charm. Perfect. Hey, show me the inside lining. The lining? You mean this? You got me beat, little Lucky. Okay, I'm going to teach you the trick to using Unchange. Clean out your pores and pay attention. Okay, so the jacket, I didn't see it in the lower right-hand corner. Me left, Daddy Dearest right. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is a common symbol for youth romantic love in Japan, where it has the heart, it has kind of like a coat hanger, and then it has their two names on either side, or maybe like an umbrella or a balloon, something like that. I'm not too familiar with what it is, but I have seen this before. Okay. But you said you wouldn't help a romantic rival. Forget what I said. I admit defeat in love. Now that the battle's over, we're besties. Listen up. You control Unchange with your heart. No logic required. I want to catch that person. I want to protect that person. Safeguard those thoughts in a firm, unwavering heart, and it'll bring change to Unchange. This character development from Gena, it's getting me in my feels. You must have one even now, right? Someone special to you? This time it's Fuko. Yeah, I do. It's Fuko. She's the first friend I've ever made. Hey, all right. Then protect her with all you got. Just remember, a friendship formed between two ladies who were once at each other's throats will remain unchanged till the end of time and beyond. As she waves her goodbye. I'm out of chaff. How about you? Me too. Damn it all. Thanks, everyone, for believing in me. I won't let you change anything I hold dear. That's what my unchange is. Oh, wow. Look at that. I love the little detail with it's kind of like these layers of constraints that she's using on Uma Fall with the rain falling down on top of it. That is really detailed.
That was dope. And
So
get another
good.
use of Soul Calibur with the whole book thing with Autumn. That's dope. I like that.
I also like how Fuko believed enough in this Gena that she said the choice is up to you. It's not like she's forcing her to do this, because she is still a child at this moment, so she's very impressionable, but she's not forcing her to do this. Gena's doing this because she wants to, which then also leads into how strong Unchange is just believing in something in your heart. So this is really well knit.
Just catch Autumn, man.
Okay.
But yep, I got it in my mind. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. Next chapter dropped on December 25th on Christmas, 2022. That's dope. We got 2 chapters left. Who's long?
We're going to 142. So yep, 2 more.
Okay. Daddy Dearest. What did she say about Dewey's jaunty justice or
jaunty justice? I thought Daddy Dearest was a pretty good one, or Lil Lucky.
It'd be funny if he like kind of grows up to have like Gena, the past Gena's or the other prior loop Gena's personality. That'd be kind of funny. It would really feel like
Jaunty Justy.
Jaunty Justy.
I also hope that the chapter extra for this one is just a whole bunch of nicknames for all the union members.
For real. I just realized they both are the same letter. Daddy Dearest, or I said Daddy. Daddy Dearest.
Whoa!
Justy.
Hey, yo!
That's from Gena's perspective. I mean, maybe she look at Andy like that. I mean, she kind of does, you know. And a little
all
Lucky. Right. So I wonder what's next.
Saucy Shin.
Saucy Shin.
Know-it-all Nico. Okay.
Truthy.
Big Truk.
Big Truthy. Wow.
You are wild, Sir Cookies. I will give you that.
W nickname, so she got good nicknames. Okay. Makes sense. Philly Phil.
Philly Phil, the Philly Phil special. Oh my god, I have not had dinner yet.
Oh, yeah, it's by that time around your time. It's 2:30 here.
It's time for a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, Twitchy just finished the chapter. Yeah. We was just talking about the nicknames from Gena, and then just the fact that I'm forgetting names. There's so many names. Fuko. I was thinking about all the old names. Ichigo, Nico. But how she believed in this Gena and didn't like force her. She was saying, hey, like,
choice is up to you.
Got it. Mm-hmm. That's what a leader is supposed to be. Don't force anybody to do anything, but ask them, like, you think you're up to this? So she's a manipulator. I'm just playing. Like, you want to do this? Technically, it's forcing, you know.
Untwitch and unfirst. I love that.
Untwitch, unfirst. Yeah. All right, 141.
All right, enjoy.
All right, chapter 141, Face to Face. Once again, I've been loving the chapter titles in Undead Unluck. Because some manga, the chapter titles be kind of whack. Like, if you've been reading JJK, I don't know what Gege be doing, but that should be trash, like, for certain art. It'd be like part 1, part 2, part 3. It's the same title each time. It's part 1, part 2, part 3. I don't like that. Anyway, I love it here, though. Good job, Suzuka. All right, I won't let you change anything I hold dear. That's what my unchanged is. Still trying to get them, throw his claws or swing his claws at her. Ain't working. Yeah, I can fight. You cared for me. Andy, I have a favor. It's about the organization. Can't the two of us do something to change it? No one else should have to suffer like Miss Gena did. I remember that was one of the first pieces of dialogue that moved me in the series. And you kept pushing forward for my sake. So I won't let anyone get in your way. Anybody or any rule that dares to try is going to feel the change from my unchanged. Oh, shit. Whoa, the paneling. Split them straight down the middle. Unchanged sword. God. And she used like the hat or the beret as the damn hilt or the guard. That's fire. Whoa. This can't be. Fuko wasn't kidding. Just think about this. It just goes to show how strong that shit is. It took 6 of us to defeat Autumn. 6. and we're all really, it was a good ass team of 6. Took Gena alone here. Just goes to show how strong she is. Wow, look how far it's stretched. It is beastly. That unchanged power of yours. Wow, Lord Gena, you're amazing. That's fucking crazy. I'm back. Does that mean Autumn is? I see you defeated Autumn. I'm sorry for showing you all that bad stuff. No, don't be. It's not your fault, Fuko. Besides, the previous me really loved you. The me inside the book told me so. She said our feelings will remain unchanged. Look at that. And even the sky got split. I know people always get hyped in One Piece when they split the sky and shit, but like, hey, she split the ground and the sky. What up? Shout out One Piece. Always shout out One Piece. Will remain unchanged to the end of time and beyond. Yeah, thank you, Miss Gena. No, I don't like that, huh? That was the past me, and this is the current me, right? So, my point is, sit and talk about a movie. I'd rather, I'd rather you just call me Gina. Oh, January 9th, 1999, Operation Metamorpho concludes. You got it, Gina. With the successful neutralization of Uma Autumn. Looky look, Fuko. Oh my gosh, Gina. I did a little copycat and hey, you look so cute, but are you sure? You don't have to force yourself to imitate the past. It's okay. It's my way of paying respect. The me in the book was just too cool. Tiki, good then. Are you familiar with Shinora fashion from Japan? I'm looking into it right now. Shinora was born a little after the trend. What's that? Oh, this? It's that thing you used to put me in the book. Are you going to use it again? Yep. There's something I want to try. Will you just take a damn break already? You're getting in the way of work. Shut your trap and just let me stay. I can't go to sleep because of unsleep anyway. I don't have long to live, so let me do what I want. That's why I'm telling you to get even the tiniest bits of rest. But I don't want to. Look at the lovebirds. Look at Poppy and Mommy. Look at them. Whoa! They're fighting again. We need to stop them. Nice, perfect timing, huh? I've had it with you, Nico. You never ever. Whoa, hey Ichigo. What? Fuka, what did you just do? I'll explain. I used this to extract her soul. Pardon. Negation abilities are attached to the soul. On sleep, shoo-poo, remove from target, able to sleep. Boom. Therefore, I figured removing her soul would free her body from the effects of unsleep. Wow. Huh. And allow her to finally get some rest. Wow. Oh my God. I'm just thinking about the parallels of like when his ability awakened and she was dead, the eyes open, and really it's a juxtaposition between her death and then look at her finally being able to actually sleep, not like dead sleep, but just sleep. She's still alive because her soul is just that's fire. And then him looking at her face, that's I like that. I like the parallel there. I'm sound asleep. Thanks a bunch, Fuko. And the only thing is, this puts a lot of stress on the user. I'm hoping you will take this chance to get the hang of astral projection. Ah, that technique that came about from Ghost being added. Look, Nico. Now I'll never fall behind you again. I'm gonna keep pounding out one brilliant invention after another. It's only a matter of time before the lab director's seat is mine, and you're, thank goodness, thank freaking goodness, Ichigo. Wow. What? Oh, I forgot. Nico isn't a negator, so he can't see me, right? Fuko, tell him right now. Mr. Nico, this Ichigo Soul is watching you. Drop dead or you worthless jerk. Hey, Nico, you idiot. What's the big idea? Shut up. I'm gonna build that memory altering device right freaking now. What's up, Gina? Never mind. She humming. Fuko, it's Mr. Yokezu. Yokezu. Roger that. Oh, the old man. Old man with void are unavoidable. I know it hasn't been long since the autumn battle, but it's time to move on and capture Unavoidable's negator, Mr. Void. You're saying we have to capture him? Or you saying we have to capture him, but this guy's a world boxing champ, isn't he? How are we supposed to manage that? Also, the tragedy from the ability transfer happens during his match, right? That means we're gonna have to let him fight it out. The match is going to be broadcast live. We can't just pull anything funny. You got a plan in mind? I have an idea, and is it a reasonable idea? Don't worry, it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be a-okay, Uncle Nico. The fight with Autumn went well, didn't it? Fuko comes up with these plans because she believes in our abilities, so I believe in her. Yeah, I get it. So, what's the plan? Void versus Edward. Is that Edward Elric? Edward Elric is going to lose, all right? Wrong weight class. January 29th, 1999. Right. So, seeing how it's been 10 minutes since the start of the press conference, what are your thoughts right now, Mr. Void? In Vegas, fighting in Vegas? Oh, yeah, it's some money, big money. My opponent must have run away. I think he made the right choice. So, what did Fuko? So, what? She kidnapped him, probably bribed him, gave him some money because she's rich as fuck, and he's going to get even more money than he would even got here in the boxing event, which is crazy because that's already probably millions. So she gave him hella money, and she's going to. And I think my prediction is going to be right. She's going to be the one that's going to box, which is fire. All right, let me finish up. because his scrawny neck looked like a dried up French fry. Exactly, wrong weight class. I'm just glad I don't have to knock his block off. Whoa, who are you? Where's security? Void Volts. Hey, what's going on? Who's she? I don't recognize her. Who the hell are you? Hey, Gena. Your belt is as good as mine. Still think we should have trusted her? Maybe. My prediction was right. She gonna box. They won't allow that though. They're like, okay, the weight classes are different. She's a girl. They're gonna be like, nah. And then she's gonna say something that's probably gonna get him mad, and then they're gonna box.
Oh, what?
That's
You can't beat a girl? A boxing
Yeah,
arc.
How much money she give him, man?
It's one
Ed from
bribe,
Street
Marty.
Fighter.
How much can it cost? $1 million?
That's funny. I didn't repeat. It's Ed from Street Fighter. I had a feeling it was gonna be like a reference to something, but I couldn't think of like the actual reference. From a chubby girl about to jump off the bridge to boxing with the world champ, heavyweight champ, name a better glow up. For real. Oh man, that boy Andy's gonna be so proud of Fuko when he gets to see her again.
That reunion is going to be immaculate.
And the way that
And
they
I
fight
want
is gonna
and I
be
want
very
them to hold
different,
off more. That's true.
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be dope. Cause like it's they're literally living up and will surpass Juiz and Victor. Like seeing them, how especially when they were fighting, in the last volume, it's like, oh yeah, see Fuko and they're gonna be that, but even more. And it's gonna be very similar because since Fuko can put Unluck on like weapons and stuff, she might end up doing it with a sword too. Similar to the rebellion thing, but obviously it won't be that because life force and all that. No.
She could put it into the boxing gloves.
Yeah. This is gonna be fire. What actually like unavoidable if you actually want to have a boxing match? That's what I was thinking. That's his tragedy. It's like, oh well, like as a boxer, as any combat fighter, like there's a certain. I feel like they're in a way like masochists. I think you kind of have to be in a way because like you can't just go into combat sports and just think like, oh, I'm just going to defeat everybody, not get hurt. So yeah, he'll probably be a little mad. Oh, it's too easy now.
And I know we've talked about this before, but the sheer pace of this manga that Tozuka uses, I was looking back. This chapter felt like 3 chapters. We had the resolution of Gena versus Fall. We had the Nico and Ichigo plotline get resolved, seemingly. And then we also had the introduction of Fuko versus Void. And it did not feel rushed.
Nope. I was thinking that one of these chapters we read, I was thinking about that. I'm like, oh, when they defeated Autumn, I was like, and it makes sense. Like, of course, Gena defeating Autumn. Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Love the pacing. It's the same thing I said when they defeated Summer. Like, it just makes sense. Like, you don't have to drag out anything to give stakes to something that we know that they're going to get out of. Like, let's be real. We know Summer wasn't going to fuck us up. Like, and then here Autumn. It's not going to happen this time. So, this author doesn't insult our intelligence or think like, oh, they understand. Like, we know what we want, and we usually get what we want. And the author knows that because they want the same thing. They're going to bullshit us. Yeah, that's true. It makes the flashback epidemic in the anime even more weird. Yeah.
Again, Vante and I, we really did love the anime adaptation. Sure, they could have reduced the flashbacks a little bit, but I think there was, and correct me if I'm wrong, Vante, I think there's only like 2 episodes at most where we're like, okay, the recap's getting a little bit overdone. But I mean, 2 out of 24, that's a pretty good percentage.
I'd say it was only like 1 because the first one was when we came back from that. Wasn't there like a little week break? I think so.
Between the
it was
cores, yeah.
mid-season. Yeah, so that was one that I can understand. But yeah, it was really only one. Like it was noticeable. It wasn't egregious.
Didn't they
But
get sick?
yeah,
That I heard.
I think so. Something. Yeah.
I just don't think they had enough people to draw someone. I think they were all out sick. Again, I could be wrong.
Someone or someone.
You know.
Both. Yeah, their productions there. That's why I can't wait to see what the hell they do for all this stuff after the anime season 1. Their productions, they about to. Whew. COVID, yeah. This volume was just really cool. It kind of reminds me of see, I think the thing that I like about this manga is that for like our main characters, both for Fuko and Andy, they both have like long stretches where they're just like golden. You don't see that a lot in Twitchy. Is internet cut off? No, it was at the end. At least we read most of the volume. There's only one more chapter left, but let me see. Let me see. He's gone. Internet died. Unstream. Yep, unstream back again. On internet. Oh yeah, and also it's cool that what Fuko did for Ichigo, so she could actually sleep. It's like Fuko just has the answers to everything, and I like it a lot. Or at least she can come up with a solution, or at least a solution that she believes is the right solution for the situation, which I really appreciate. It's good stuff. Yellow.
I'm back for now. We got one more chapter.
Mm-hmm. Take it away.
Do you guys? All right. Well, risking the biscuit. I was gonna ask if you wanted Vontae to take this one over, but no, we're just gonna hurry and try to do this.
Yep. On the internet is we made sure that we stopped it.
I knock on wood, I've only been down one time during a chapter reaction, and that was only for like 5 seconds. So we're just gonna get into this before it dies again. So Void Volks, chapter 142, Face Off. Your belt is as good as mine. Hey, who is she? Where's Ed, the challenger? Get her off the stage. Now then, let's get started. It's about time for a title defense match that'll never make the history books. He's huge. He's a head taller than Andy, or maybe even taller. Wait a second. He's gearing for battle already? What's your name? Fuko Izumo. I see. How do you spell it? With an F or an H? An F. This is the robe I wore for my last title defense. It's worth a pretty penny. He thinks she's a fan? Can't say I blame him. Squeak, 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 squeak. That's a treasure. Don't let anyone steal it. Gah! You got it all wrong. I'm here to fight you. Are you now? This is bad. Void doesn't have unavoidable yet. Tragedies always accompany negation ability manifestations, and his manifests when he kills his promising young opponent in the match. That's why Fuko got on her hands and knees to convince the opponent to back out. Then she could take on the tragedy instead and persuade Void to join the Union during the fight. So essentially, to succeed at this quest, making Void recognize her as an enemy is a necessary requirement. Hence, why this is bad. Right now, Fuko isn't being taken seriously at all. Say, Chiza! She's tearing up. That's hilarious. See that? His complete disregard for Fuko has her on the verge of tears. Yeah, Void's unconscious provocation is working wonders. Fuko, change of plans. This is getting us nowhere. I'll alter everyone's memories to make you physically look like the challenger. He made Fuko cry. No, don't. Remember what you said a while ago, Mr. Nico? Human rights. About me losing people's faith? I'm already tampering with people's lives badly enough. I've got no problem with distorting facts about the rest of the world. But I want to meet everyone as myself. No gimmicks. Have it your way then. Leave everything else to us. Void folks. What? If you're looking to thank me, then... Oh my god, why did he get punched in the face? What was that? His bloodlust? What's your deal? She has observation hockey? You really plan on fighting me? You shouldn't, though. You look like you dabble in the sport. But listen up, Fuko. Boxing is the simplest and fairest form of entertainment. The weight classes are heavily divided, allowing everyone to pick the world that suits them. Underrated aspect of boxing, if you ask me. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it does have its entertainment value, as he's saying. They train, issue challenges, and compete for strength. You and I are from two different worlds. It's not a matter of who's better than who. You should shoot to be number one in your own realm. She pulls up the stance. Were you listening? Our worlds are the same. We're both on planet Earth, and we're both people who inhabit it. The rules you speak of don't matter. I'm not here as a boxer. I'm here as another human being who wants to box with you. Her Unchained is making a fist. Void folks. Hey, stop the cameras. Oh crap, Fuko! No, Fuko! Keep them rolling. Wow. I love the dynamic of this. She ducked and landed a body blow, although her punches are light. Whoa, he punched her top off. Was that a double spread? That was a double spread. Jesus. This girl, Grin. I like the cut of your jib, Fuko Izumo. Then you'll fight me? But here's the thing. Will a last-minute opponent change even fly? My bigwig sponsors would be up in arms. It'd be breaking the weight class rules and whatnot. That shouldn't be a problem. If you've given it the okay, Mr. Void, then I'll just cast a little spell on it. All right, the memory erasing satellite. Hey, doesn't this feel an awful lot like assault? Nah, it's got to be scripted, right? Hey, someone confirm with the back if... Holy crap, did you see her dodge Void just straight? This'll make the front page for sure. What a scoop, I can see the headlines now. Will a new star threaten the legendary streak? Not sure what's going on, but... Oh well. Whatever works, so long as I get to fight you. Neat stuff. Talk about a blasé reaction. Is this Mugen Eclipse? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry about that. Huh? I'm pretty disappointed in myself. I got a smidgen stronger and forgot all about my past. Huff, huff. Calm down, little Gena. I used to fight all day and night, no rules attached. Back then, I was lucky enough to duke it out with all sorts of tough guys I'd never seen before. Take it easy. See you in the ring. Her life flashes before her eyes. Fuko, you all right? That guy's dead meat. Ooh, wobble. Oh no, Fuko! Fuko! Excuse me, can I get her thoughts on the match? Get bent and move. Yeek! Wait a sec, let us get an interview. How'd this happen? Didn't you manage to avoid his punch? It just grazed me, but that was enough to rattle my brain. If I hadn't bitten my lip, I likely would have passed out. What's the plan then? Your punch didn't even faze him. I wouldn't say that. What kind of body shot hits you from the inside out? That sure as hell ain't a boxing technique. It's been a while. This should be fun. January 31st, 1999, on the verge of the new millennium. The quest. Da-dum. All right.
Nice chapter.
And thank my internet for not going out while
Went full Hajime no Ippo for this one.
That's true. Welcome, Sergio. It's the first time I think we've seen you in the comment section on these live streams.
Welcome.
I was saying my internet got hit by void. Germany, Mexico. I know we got Taiwan, Ireland, UK. Wow, we got
we've been everywhere.
viewers.
Gena, Fuko stands. And that was funny when they had using satellite change. Like, what? Isn't this assault? Oh wait, did you see that? How she dodged a straight jab? Oh my god!
Beat her ass! Beat her ass! For legal reasons, that was just the parody. That is not to be indicative of Mr. Twitchy 94's actual opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, cookies! I missed that. I thought it was December, not January. That's hilarious. On the verge of the new millennium in about 11 months. Damn, that was the last one of the day.
This next one is gonna be great. This boxing match. Oh man. It was funny when she was getting all teary-eyed, like, he's not taking me seriously. Come on. Like,
Yeah.
say cheese.
Cheese up.
So one thing I was thinking about with Fuko that I really like is a lot of times mangaka, they always get the MC to get into like a dark or edgy type of like attitude, or whether it's like their ability, something shifts, something with the character shifts into a darker route. But for Fuko, she's still the same Fuko. She's just more skilled, more knowledgeable. She has an edge, but it's not like a dark, edgy type of. Like a lot of mangaka resort to that just to make their main characters more interesting. But for Fuko, she was already interesting, but now she's even more interesting, being the leader and the boss of the union now without having to do those. I don't want to call it like a cheap tactic of trying to, or cheap trope to try to make a character more edgy so that people can like gravitate towards them. But she doesn't need that for you to gravitate towards her character. That's why I think she's written in a really good way, because I was already a huge fan of her already before this loop, and she's gotten even better since then. So the writing for this manga, man, for the cast is, I agree when people say that this cast of characters are just really good overall.
I will say I am almost always a fan of very charismatic characters, and she is working with a little bit of a handicap in terms of she knows about the backstories of a lot of these characters in the show, so she can relate to them a lot easier than, I guess, just a random stranger that you meet on the street. But I will say that just her innate level of charisma is very much there. because she was making friends in the Union, the last loop, that she didn't know about before. So she was making all these friends with these people. Like Tatiana never had a friend. Gena likely did not have many friends growing up. Nico, obviously Andy, that whole love relationship, but she's a foil of a character if I've ever seen one before.
Yep, very much so. And being the MC and being the foil, because usually sometimes it's not the MC. We've seen it in different series, like we talked about. A lot of series that we reacted to on the channel, like Himmel from Frieren, he was like a foil.
Rengoku.
Himino from Chainsaw Man, Rengoku. So it's dope that she can be that while being the MC. This MC is designed very well, like very well constructed, very well written MC. Where if you were to ask me if there's like a flaw for Fuko's character, I don't really see a flaw. Like she's just like any MC that wants to, that is fighting for hope, that wants to make friends, but the way that she does it is realistic. It's like, even though we've said that the pacing is fast, which is a good thing in this manga, but she, like, for example, with Gena, she's like a little sister to her now. Like she actually got her to, because in the prior loop, it was too late. I mean, she was dead, but it was pretty civil in the end. But now she's gotten her to be a big stan of her. She's like a little sister to her. So it's just everybody that Fuko comes across, and which more characters that she'll come across, even with Ruin later on. We'll see how that goes down. But that's just a testament of showing how good she's written.
And that's also a testament to, was it chapter 131 or 132, to where they were counting her down, to where they were all saying her name? I think it's 131, right?
Yeah.
Everyone put their eggs in the Fuko basket because they knew that she was the hope for the last loop. And she's been true to her word. She saved Nico from his heartbreak because she was able to take Ichigo's soul out of her body so that her body could rest. I think I stated, like, why don't you put someone in like a coma for them to relax? But I think her negator ability like wakes her up from the coma. But if you're able to put someone in like a medical induced coma, which is what they're doing with Soul Calibur, you can help rest the body.
Yep.
And like for Nico to, I don't know what his unforgettable manifestation is going to look like now. Is going to be like she might have some complications during childbirth. That would still be depressing. And I could still see Ichigo dying. But maybe he just has a different mindset towards raising Nico now. I would love it if she stayed with us, but I just don't know how that's going to affect, or if he even gets unforgettable now, if it's even necessary.
I never really thought about that, because like when it comes to the traumas of the characters, now like Ichigo is like one of those characters that very much was a part of the trauma for another character. So I never really thought about her fate. It might end up the same. It might actually end up the same. Of course, he'll have like a different outlook on it because of his conversation with Fuko in the beginning, beating her, how she kept telling him, like, I'm not going to tell you. So he'll probably know, like, oh, that was the trauma, and maybe it'll change at that point. Because not telling him actually works. Because then if you tell him that, then he might end up feeling paranoid, like, for years, and he probably would not want to have a relationship with Ichigo at all. But instead, she didn't tell him exactly what happened. They'll end up, becoming lovers, having a kid, and if it does happen, he will figure it out at the time, like, oh, this must have been what Fuko was talking about, but it'll be fine because, he already, he was able to prepare for it without having to be paranoid of the thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I do know what Volume 17 looks like. 100% agree. That shit is flames. I likely will post the stream for Monday because we will be doing that Monday. For those of you who didn't hear me earlier, Monte, don't look at it. It's great though. I am so excited. I am so excited. I'm trying to think, like, what else? Like, granted, this is the start of a new portion of the story. But even with that being said, there was so much content in this volume.
Mm-hmm. The passing of the years, 26 years to the future, because she passed on the quest. She wanted to get remembered. She was looking for that shit for 170 years. She's like, you know what? Hey, let me spin this. Let me do a roll. Boom, there it goes. Let's accept this one. And I like that. It's pretty dope. I wonder what's next for Fuko to get then after she gets remember. Is it to reunite with Andy now, or is she still waiting on that and she needs something else? Sacred treasures, or
I think remember will be pivotal in saving the next member of the roadmap. So say for example, maybe Tatiana or Ishin. Because if you can give Ishin the confidence that she can create unbreakable armor, she will have her confidence restored, and then her dad will not die.
Oh, something else that I was kind of not afraid of. Well, I guess I'll use that. But going into this loop, I thought that the characters were pretty much going to remain the same, like same kind of personality. But I like that it's different. Like Gena's different from how she was. She has
you mentioned Nico.
Nico. Like I like him a lot more now. Like just because he seems more, I don't know, the comedy from him. Like you didn't really get that in the first one. He was more cranky and like the old.
Which
guy.
was the result of his ability. But yeah, this time you get to see a bit more of his personality.
Mm-hmm. So I can see it changing for a lot of people. Like think of Billy, for example. Like how would he be? Because we learned that he was truthfully kind at the end. Like he was actually a kind person. It's just he did all these things because of his power. He needed to hate you, or he needed to, or the opposite. He needed to, he needed to for you to not like him, right? For it to work.
You need to view him as a threat,
like an adversary. Yeah. So I wonder what his personality would be now, because if we found out that he was truthfully like a kind person, I wonder if it'll be any different this time. Like, is he gonna have like a different kind of trait, or is it more or less going to be the same, but just with maybe another kind of outlook?
I'm curious.
I wonder if Tatiana's relationship with her.
That would be nice. It's going to depend on the trauma that he gets in this loop. And I know we talked about it earlier, but in terms of like certain hurdles that we might encounter, I could still see him getting his trauma and him being more so like a tsundere, like a tough nut to crack emotionally. Because how else is he going to have the power necessary to hold up in the final loop? Because the only way that I can think about it is if like some of the 101 negators that are working with Sun team up to fight against us, and then Billy would then have those abilities. But he's kind of on like the outside looking in presently, because Fuko is forming the Avengers. If everyone's on the team, you don't have anyone to be an adversary against you. Unless, and this is kind of where I'm going at with this, unless Billy is able to negate the abilities directly from the Umas. So if he's able to get the abilities not based on the unfairness of the negators, but the unfairness of the Umas only having one ability. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess that can work. Depending on what shenanigans Luna is cooking up, she might do something kind of different. So
because otherwise, like, how does he get any powers? Or any like relevant powers, I guess you should say.
Before he killed his opponent, quit boxing and drank his life away. Damn. To join the union. Makes sense. Who says he'll even get the same negations? We saw Unavoidable had a completely different effect before Void got it.
True.
It's basically just Seal. Yeah. It kind of did, basically. What was I about to say? I think I forget when they mentioned it, but do you think that there'll be another Judas or a traitor? I don't care for it. It's not something that I'm like that interested in seeing if it will happen again. But if it happens, that would probably be the one thing that would, for Fuko's sake, where she would be like, okay, I was doing so well, somebody ended up being a traitor. Now I can kind of feel what Juiz felt when it comes to like the losses or the regression.
Who do you think would be a candidate for that?
The easy answer would be like Ruin, but I don't think it's going to happen that way. Traitor. So far as nobody in the union right now. I mean, shit, they only have 2 seats or 2 other seats. I don't know. Like, who would be somebody that would be like, man, fuck this? Like
Phil?
And would the traitor be? That's what I was thinking.
But I don't think they're going to be a traitor in like the traditional sense. It might just be like what the consequences of their action or inaction does. It might screw us over.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like it's not gonna be like Billy, where I'm gonna go against God. I'm strong enough for this. It's gonna be something different.
And I do like how Tozuka has kind of like flipped the script in terms of how he's rewriting a similar but not exact chain of events for this loop. Because even with the whole Fong situation from this volume, it's not the same as last loop. It's similar. Like, he still has the same motivations. He's still the same person, but it's just he's an adversary in a different sense. I was trying my hardest not to say it because, like, we already hate Sean, so it's like, come on.
I can't wait for that.
Now?
That's hilarious. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. You know what? I'm starting to kind of feel like, especially since he's the first member, I think Nico is going to end up dying. If I could pick a character I think he's going to die. Because for one, he already died in prior loops. 2, I think it's going to be the opposite, where if Ichigo doesn't die and she lives, I can see that happening with her and Miko, and then Nico ends up dying. He's very much that character now. I don't know. I can see it happening.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Ooh, Juiz as the traitor.
Oh, man.
Ooh. And she can be a one-man wrecking crew with Injustice.
Yeah. Nico deserves. Yeah, he does. He does. He truthfully does. I do. I would definitely want to see him with his daughter, with his wife. But I don't know. He's in my if somebody were to ask me who do I think, that's one character I can think of off the top of my head.
I also feel like he could die, not just because he's like a little bit powered down this loop, seemingly, but it would hit the adjacent characters more emotionally than anything else. Not to say I wouldn't get emotional about it myself, because I do that, but yeah.
I love this Nico. He's hilarious. Goku Deku is the Gojo Deku is the traitor. Yep.
Go Deku.
Oh man. Or, we're talking about complications like with pregnancy. What if he has to hmm, nah, never
Like
mind.
choose
Well,
Miko or choose Ichiko?
I was thinking like a I don't know what complications would come. I mean, I know it can be multiple complications with pregnancy, or going in labor. But I was thinking like, what if he had to like donate something, like one of his organs to her or something? And I don't know. I was trying to think of something like maybe Nico has to get pregnant.
Hey, yo! Jesus.
Like
Gender
Victor.
flip.
Oh, I see what you mean. He said like Victor way. Technically, that's correct. Victor technically got pregnant.
Shut up. I mean,
Oh man.
you guys are too funny. Oh my god. I mean,
Speaking of Victor, I really want to know what's going on with him and Andy. Like, I wonder if they've just been constantly talking in his head.
well, you mentioned something I think on last stream, and I didn't hear it, but you said that Andy and Victor could technically have a conversation over those billion years, and I just did not even put the pieces together that was possible. But yeah, like they would be their own best friends. I mean, technically they're the same person. Guys, we know of the meme.
No.
Hey, yo. She swam.
You gotta change the title. You gotta change the title to that stream.
Oh god.
I'm thinking.
What were we talking about?
Victor and Andy. Because I know Victor wants to get to Joey's. I wonder how that's gonna go down. Like, what if he finds her before Fuko does? Because, well, he's not coming out, so I guess I mean, if he's talking to Andy, I'm sure they probably talked about it. I don't know. Because realistically, right? The moment I seen Joey's die before Victor had, before things went well for their ending, I was like, okay. Because at first he was telling Andy, he promised I won't come out in the next loop. But since she died and he couldn't confess or none of that kind of stuff, he's going to go to this new Joey's in this loop. But my thing is, you would think that they might have would already found her by now, maybe.
Was she born yet?
That's another thing too. I don't know.
And like in what age was she born? Because I think she existed back in like who's to say what the original loop was? I don't know the timing. I mean, granted, the only reason why I'm saying like she might have been born more recently is because she's the last one on the roadmap.
Yeah,
and I
for sure.
guess she would be about the adult age by the time that we get there. But here's the thing: does she age because she previously took the loop, or is it only the current loop user that does not age?
That's what I was thinking earlier. So the answer I think is like the current loop user. But
I do too.
That's one thing I was thinking about earlier when I was saying that like there's going to be something different with Juice where I don't know if it's like the pertaining of memories can come back or something. There's going to be something with her only because she was the first person to use the artifact to use the arc from what we know. I think there's going to be like a catch. Either she's going to have some kind of memories, either she doesn't age, something because of soul stuff, right? Like it seems like souls pretty much carry over in a way.
Do you think that maybe she could be a natural adversary to Fuko because of her own ideals of justice? And obviously, the reason why she felt that she felt at the end of last loop is because she had gone through 100 loops of experience. But if she had her memory wiped and she has a fresh start, do you think that now she could feel differently about the whole God situation? Like if she's able to defeat Fuko one last time, then everyone will be blissfully unaware of the world moving forward.
You know, I'm starting to think. I think since the world right now, since we went through those 26 years and just random shit happens, I think when her injustice activates, it's going to be based off of what we have neglected and some things that we also haven't done
Oh,
via penalties and whatnot. So I think that's when, if she does become an adversary, it would be because of how the world is, and it'll kind of be the same way as
I
it
think you're
always has
cooking.
been. But it will be more directed to Fuko,
It would be
which
directed at Fuko because she's the one that introduced all these
instead of
penalties
exactly
instantaneously.
instead of God. Yep. And I bet I could just see Luna's smug face just smirking, drinking her tea and shit. Like, look at that. Look what I've done. Wow.
Well,
This
to
is
build off of
this is
that
different.
idea, we think, based off of Fuko being the looper this time around, that the timing of Fang's negation ability got moved up. So who's to
Yeah.
say that Juice didn't get her ability during that 26 years? Maybe at the start.
True. Very true. Yeah,
That's
Juice just found a
hilarious.
way to be interesting again. Because, like, her parents, like, how are you here? Like, everything about her, like, it's different now.
Sherm was like, you guys waited all the way up until the end of Loop 100 to finally trust her. And now here we are, not even one volume later. We're just like, okay, we don't trust her again.
Because it might end up that way. Because, like, her ability, like, it, unless Fuko can get to her and then, you know, she gets on our side and stuff, then it'll be fine. It'll be perfect. But since she's the last one, I have doubts that things will go well. Since she's the last one on the roadmap, it can go like three different ways. Either she A, joins us, B, doesn't join us at all, just does her own thing, or she becomes an enemy. It's hard to call it right now.
Well, and another addition I wanted to make is, what if she plays the "why didn't you save me" card? Because if she got her ability earlier than normal, what trauma has she gone through in the past?
True.
Where I don't know if Juice was like the last one. She was one of the last few.
Yeah.
If she was not the last one.
Yeah, she was like within the last three for sure.
Mm-hmm. So Lucy, Unruin, and Juice were all like the final three.
I will say, if she is the very last one, there's going to be some catch to it, 100%. Because if you ask me, Ruin would be the last one. You know, like officially the last one. Because that's like, okay, that's somebody that we never were friends with in the first place.
Yeah.
But I do believe Juice was the very last one. So if she was, there's definitely going to be an issue there somehow. You know, I'm scared for it. What if she's actually a baby? What if on the roadmap they just showed her as an adult? What if she's like a baby? She was actually born in that. Like, did we ever think about she? Maybe
we did not.
Who knows?
No,
she might be a baby.
I was gonna say, when you think about the sipping of the tea, like, what if Luna decides to take control of the character now through Juice?
She kind of has a means to, because Juice is very much a clean slate character, or she's
and we haven't seen what Luna's actual face looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's concerning.
I wonder. You know what, too? Okay, this is the last thing I'll say. She might actually end up using Juice because she probably likes Juice more than Fuko in a way. Maybe. It depends how she looks at the whole situation.
She's definitely more familiar with her.
Yeah. The reason why I say like is because Fuko's doing all these things that are like dodging Luna's like interception of like giving people the trauma and all that. So she probably getting annoyed in Fuko. Maybe either she is, or she actually likes what she's doing because she's doing something different than Juice. But if we're just going with like her being the villain, which she is, on the surface level, then she probably like, man, Joey's made it fun. I could like mess with her and her old crew. For Fuko, she gives me nothing to mess with.
I will just say, depending
Ooh,
on the
Luna's
stakes,
Ooh.
yeah, I did see that. Depending on the stakes of the game or the consequences of what that means, I could definitely see, as I said earlier in chat, like taking the fall. I could see Luna losing the game, but getting to continuously play it from here on forward with the characters as she sees fit, as in like a dollhouse. That could be her winning the war. Because if Fuko is defeated here, let's just say hypothetically, then there is no more looping, and they don't get to fight back. So the game is over, but let's just say the simulation is still ongoing. So Luna can just have her fun. Sun hasn't shown that he's sentient. Or at least he hasn't spoken yet.
Yeah, or allegedly.
Well, yeah, allegedly.
But yeah, Moon Tattoo, I can 100%
allegations.
see that.
Yeah,
100% see that. But I would think that Luna will get to a point where, like, you know what? Okay, it's time for me to throw in this bullshit to cheat. Maybe, but so far she seems like she doesn't care what happens. She's just like,
oh,
what
wait a second.
doing. But she might.
Wait a second. Was it random that Juiz was chosen to be the first looper, or was it a choice by Luna? Because didn't they say you've been designated as the first looper?
Yeah.
That
I mean,
could be
I
a
think either way,
sick game.
it probably wasn't a choice based off of her and Victor's relationship growing up. It seems like it just kind of fallen to her. Like, it just.
Well, what I'm
Remember, we
thinking
had,
is,
like,
like,
way
is there
back
a Winter Soldier type of implant in Juiz to where, let's just say she goes through however many loops there are, and then when she finally transfers that ability to someone else, that's when the protocol kicks in, and now she's 100% on Luna's side.
The one, the most points finds. We don't know how it could have been different when it started too, though. That's why the interest.
But Luna does also give the negator ability, so it's like,
I guess we do need to. Do you think that we have to go back to like the beginning when it comes to Juiz and Victor? Like, I think there is more. I mean,
another
obviously there's more
flashback.
off screen. Yeah,
I think that's necessary. Yeah.
because if it doesn't happen, I would say that would be one thing that I would say. I'm not sure about that. Like, we should definitely see that. Because when we first saw it, we just went all the way back when she had looped. Like, but not before that happened. Before the round table and whatever is going on before. Yeah, Juiz is their best piece. We're gonna play 5 each. Yep.
I sure hope that we're just, again, not giving Juiz her flowers, but we're about 49 and a half hours from now. So Monday, 8 p.m. EST will be volume 17. And the reason for that
Uh-oh, you're lagging. Uh-oh. No. Yeah, good night, Vince. But yeah, Monday, same time as usual on Mondays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be here with the next stream. So yeah. All right, you back? I think. Uh-oh. See, this time it's harder to tell because they don't have the camera on. Oh no, Vince, it's all right. Nah, that's actually perfect timing. We're at the end of the stream anyway, so that's actually worked well than it happened now. Even though on his end, he would have to end the stream on his end. I can't end it on my end. I'm going on vacation. You have to finish it. All right, we got you. But yeah, we'll have a nice stream Monday. Like once again, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So pull up for that. Should be great because I think we're getting that Fuko versus Void in the box, and we're gonna see hands being thrown. I can't wait for that. But yeah, hope you guys all have a good one. Once again, I cannot end this stream on my end. However, yeah, I can. That's right. Okay. That's funny. This one's still gonna be open. All right. So you guys know the drill, man. Pull up Monday. Hope you guys all have a good one. Thank you guys for coming once again. You guys come all the time. Fun chat. Can't wait because we'll probably jump into some other mangas so we can do some read-throughs too on the channel as well that you guys read. So can't wait for that. But see you guys on the next live reaction, next video reaction, all that good stuff. Have a good one and peace.